with Wells Fargo.
Visit wellsfargo.com/getearly to learn more. Terms and conditions apply. Not all direct deposits are eligible. Early availability is not guaranteed and may vary between deposits from the same payer. Wells Fargo Bank N.A., member FDIC.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
We know you love your sports, but when you're looking for country music, make sure you dial up 105.1.
I'm just a guy with a girl.
And get commercial-free New Country all day.
She got the best of me.
New Country 105.1.
1 in 4 people have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also an actor and advocate for disability inclusion across all aspects of life. The disability community is passionate, strong, powerful. We have so much to offer and deserve to be included in society. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Eat Your Seals is delivering services, advocacy, and local supports that elevates the communities for everyone. That's my Eat Your Seals. Make it yours. EatYourSeals.com.
When I was younger, I may have did some stupid things, even committed some crimes, but I am not a criminal.
Youth Advocate Programs is a community-based alternative to youth incarceration, congregate placement, and neighborhood violence. Learn how at yapinc.org.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Tuesday forecast starts out nice and cool thanks in part to that Delta breeze. We'll head through the afternoon much cooler today under mainly sunny skies, planned for highs in the low 80s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
A nice warm shower is not so nice if it doesn't drain like it should. Well, let's fix that right now. Get a sewer inspection, including mainline drain cabling and video analysis, just $97. Plumbing, sewer, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Your home for the Oakland A's every weekend.
And it's swung on line to left center, base hit, and the A's have won it on a walk-off line drive, base hit to left center.
Sactown Sports. Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Good morning, Sacramento. I'm Nate Littlefield, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. The Denver Nuggets are heading to their first NBA Finals ever. Last night, they snuck out a Game 4 win against the Lakers, 113-111. And you can't mention the Nuggets winning without mentioning LeBron James. He played the full 48 minutes, had 40 points, 9 assists, and 10 rebounds. Jokic put up an NBA playoff record 8th triple-double. And the opponent of Denver could be decided tonight in Miami. The Heat take on Boston for Game 4. Miami currently leads the series 3-0 and are favored by a measly 1.5 points tonight. Tip-off is at 5:30 p.m. Those are the headlines. Let's start the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross and special guest host Jay Mars.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Rundown today. The first note on there: can the Lakers still find a way to win?
Well, if they switch to a best of 9 and LeBron can go 48 every game, or should I say 47 in 56 seconds?
Moment of silence, not really, for everyone in the national media. Not, I shouldn't say everyone. For those
98% of you,
those in the national media that now are, I get it. I was thinking about this last night. I kind of get it. It's kind of the same way where I have this disdain now for baseball, and there's many reasons, but one of them is it represents a time of year where we lack content. These national folks, they're either well-versed or experts on the Lakers, and well-versed and experts on
you study what you're told to
the
study,
Celtics,
right?
exactly. So they're now on the precipice of having two teams, really 1.5, because I think Miami's different and it's on the East Coast, where they now are going to have to talk about things that they don't know much about.
Oh, such as
the Nuggets. And they'd rather not do that. And they know that, listen, it's not some nefarious conspiratorial thing to say that the national media and the networks want Lakers Celtics. Now, we as fans, and I'm one of them, it's very easy to get into that. This is a travesty, an outrage, a conspiracy. But hold on. Let's peel the curtain back. I am a diehard, shockingly, as are you, Sacramento Kings fan. Love them. Whether I had this job or not, I would be a diehard Kings fan and live my life for their successes and failures. Yet, when the Kings are doing well, it has a double effect on our lives, yes, because not only are we satisfied as Kings fans and are we into it, but from a business perspective, ratings skyrocket. The YouTube feed is 10 times what it normally would be. Everyone's wanting Kings content. It's the easiest, most fun job in the world when the Kings are doing well. This last playoff run and lead up to it was some of the most fun I've ever had in my career, considering my first year on the air was the last year they made the playoffs. And I was really starting to think I was the jinx.
Started to think, or were utterly convinced?
Yeah, pretty much.
That it was going to be written on your tombstone. King's jinx. Congrats, everyone! I'm dead. You'll make the playoffs.
The king of superstition was trying to somehow justify and defend himself internally. So, of course, we wanted the Kings to advance from a fan point of view, but from a business point of view, yeah. So why would that not carry over to a national level? They know that Celtics Lakers are going to bring these giant ratings. They know that far more people are going to tune in for Celtics Lakers or one or the other. So of course they're biased, and it shouldn't be that way, but it is that way. As a basketball fan, truly, all hate gone. As a basketball fan, seeing a team that has never been to the finals before in the Nuggets with the 2-time MVP and should have been 3-time MVP Nikola Jokic and friends, obviously from a personal level for all of us, Michael Malone, that is a wonderful story. They play a fun brand of basketball. And then you have an 8 seed that was minutes away from being knocked out in the play-in round, and they've made it all the way to the top. This is the series everyone as a basketball fan should want. Not that there wouldn't be storylines with Lakers Celtics, of course, historically, and also LeBron.
Yeah.
But this is the better basketball series. And yes, I'm talking about it already as Denver-Miami because it's going to be Denver-Miami.
And sometimes, actually a lot of the time, the best story is not the best actual on-court product.
That's correct.
And I think that's where the NBA was kind of like, because I agree with everything you're saying. Factor in this, though, and this is where the NBA really needs to, the NBA, and this is kind of the problem that you see in the regular season when you make everything about just the coastal teams, the big market teams, is there's a ton of story you could have been telling all year here.
Absolutely.
Especially with a team like Denver, 2-time MVP, never been to the NBA Finals. Hey, we put all these, did so-and-so win a championship, but that narrative has never been kind of attached to Jokic.
Correct.
You could have ran with that all season. And then now you have Miami, who was in the conference finals last year. You should have been pumping out this number 8 seed, look at the number 8. You should have been pumping the Miami thing since the start of the playoffs.
Yes, you should have. And they did not. And now you're going to have a lot of interesting conversation, and you're going to have a lot of mistakes made. Just prepare for it. You're going to have people having Nuggets takes and all that are way, way off. I have some interesting notes from my guy, Jimmy Shapiro with Bet Online. He sends out these emails all the time. Hey, Jim. And here's some fun facts for you. Now, the NBA's Eastern and Western Conference Finals have never had both winners sweep in the same year. Oh. The closest was in 2016-17 when the Warriors swept the Spurs and the Cavs beat the Celtics 4-1. The odds of a Heat and Nuggets combined sweep before each series started was 520 to 1. Wow. Now, here's something we're not really paying attention to, speaking of preferences. The NHL Eastern and Western Conference Finals have had both winners sweep in the same year once. Currently, the Panthers are up 3-0, the Golden Knights are up 2-0, and the odds on them both sweeping was 165 to 1. The odds of all four teams, NBA and NHL, sweeping their series at the start of the playoffs was 88,000 to 1. Now, there's still a way to go here for the NHL especially. The current odds for all four of the teams currently leading, sweeping, and I'm sure this has come down since last night, 62 to 1. The Denver Nuggets are slight favorites, decent-sized favorites, I should say, to win the NBA title. You have to bet $225 to win $100 on the Nuggets. The Miami Heat, of course, second at plus 220, meaning you have to bet $100 and you would win 220.
Sure.
The Celtics are plus 1,400, and obviously the Lakers are out of it. We were wondering odds of the Celtics and Lakers coming back. I got this yesterday afternoon. So at the time, the odds of the Celtics and Lakers both being down 3-0, coming back and facing each other in the finals, 90 to 1. That means if you bet $100 on that matchup yesterday and had the Lakers and Celtics both come back, you would have won $90,000. Or excuse me, $9,000. Sorry. Oof.
That's it?
Yes. Nikola Jokic is currently favorite to win the NBA Finals MVP, followed by Jimmy Butler, Jamal Murray, and Bam Adebayo. So those are your odds. I'm here for it. And I'll tell you, I did not say hi again, but I saw you in the rundown again earlier. Our 727 segment. And let me see. I think that's all I saw there. That is. So our 727 segment, I'm going on strike.
You're going on strike?
Yes, and I invite you to come with me.
Okay.
Because in the 727 segment, LeBron, last thing he said before he wrapped up his presser is he made a comment, something like, I got a lot to think about.
Mm-hmm.
And my future in basketball. And all
Mm-hmm.
that. Yeah, I refuse.
Why?
I'm not doing it.
Not doing what?
I'm not talking about it.
Why?
Because he's a ding-dong.
No, he's not.
I love LeBron James.
No.
But this is ding-dongy.
No, this isn't ding-dongy at all.
It's 100% ding-dongy.
It's not ding-dongy
because
you're looking too much at the surface of it.
I'm looking at the fact that LeBron knows what he's doing. He's a media
Of course he
mastermind.
is.
And so what he does is he drops this little pun intended nugget. And now guess what's going to be on TV all day today? It's not going to be nuggets. I mean, it will be. But it's not going to be as much nuggets. It's going to be, let's do all these takes on LeBron James, and is he going to play and is he not going to play? Which, by the way, we won't know until he says it.
By the way, that's not where I was even going.
Where were you going with it?
That he's playing next year.
Of course he's playing.
I know, but
of course he is.
But I want to dissect. I don't think that was a nugget of, I don't know if I'm going to play next year. I think he's planting the seed already. One of a couple things. Number one, I think that's letting his organization know, hey, dude, I just went out and had to put 48 in at 38 years old. You better find me some help. Number one. Number two, I think he might be setting up to be the first guy that we see like load manage the first 30 games of the season. No, I'm being dead serious. Like, I took that as the nugget he was dropping, not the retirement. God, no. This guy a week ago was talking about it's Bronny. That's like the thing in his career he wants to accomplish. It's Bronny.
But whether, I don't disagree with you.
But I think that's the more fascinating conversation because then it sprawls out into, oh, wow. The superstar of the league might just be saying, hey, dude, I'm taking like half the season off next year, which, by the way, his organization will have to acquiesce.
Well, it's also massive speculation on our part.
Of course it is, but that's our entire job as a speculator.
I hate the fact that we're going to spend time on LeBron James when we should be spending time on the Nuggets.
We have
I get it.
Three Nuggets or three segments on the Nuggets today.
3 Nuggets on the Nuggets?
We have 3 Nugs on the Nugs.
We'll argue at 727 about not talking about what's going on at 727.
We're going to make good sports radio. We're going to fight.
In the meantime, coming up next, we'll start with a little bit of football. Hey, on brand, Tom Brady owns the Raiders. And now, even more so, Tom Brady owns the Raiders.
Does Tom Brady have to wear acid wash jeans when he attends home games?
There's a historical comparison for this. We'll let you know next.
Check out the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa every week on Sactown Sports. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people who play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf. It's the Golf to Go Hour every week with Frank LaRosa on Sactown Sports. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility. Nature Wood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
Hey guys, did you know June is Men's Health Month? It's time to address those issues you've been ignoring. Tired? Not feeling like your old self? Lacking drive? Revive Men's Health can improve your quality of life for common issues like low testosterone or ED. Why live with it when you can improve it? And Men's Health Month is the perfect time to take charge of your health. To learn about the real-world benefits of testosterone or ED treatment, book your free exam and T-level check today at Revive Sacramento. And for Men's Health Month, ask how you can get a free 30-day supply of custom ED medication if you're medically qualified. They make it easy, convenient, and they have a 99% patient satisfaction rate. So save $199 with a free exam. And don't forget to ask how you can get a free 30-day supply of custom ED medication. Don't wait. Do it today. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
At first, because I had my headphones down so all I could hear was the beat. At first, I thought this was Bad Guy by Billie Eilish, and it is most certainly not. Not at all.
Nah. But that's okay. I see where you're going.
Yeah,
with
the
it.
ding, 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 ding. It actually wouldn't be a bad rejoinder, by the way. Welcome back. I don't know what's going on with Billie Eilish. She's kind of...
Sure, Billie's chilling.
Chilling.
Billing. I mean, a lot of billing with those concert tours, am I right?
Right there.
Lordy Lord.
Tom Brady has reached an agreement to buy an ownership stake in the Raiders. We don't know for how much. And this is where this gets interesting. Because
face of the franchise, Tom Brady.
Right? Like, okay. This is to, and it might even be a little worse. I'm sure Raider fan might argue it, but this is very much Shaq buying a stake in the Kings.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It's just tone deaf ownership,
100%.
And they're jock sniffing. It's perfectly acceptable with owners. It's a normal thing with owners, especially new ones. And Mark Davis is by far not a new owner.
But he's still be acting brand new though, right?
Yes,
he really does.
He's the son of an owner, and it's obviously a great deal for Tom Brady. It's a great place to park money in a situation. Too bad he couldn't do it 2 years ago. But here's the reason why these things are always goofy. Like, we don't know how much of a stake. Literally could be $1 million. $1 million out of a $5 billion team. We don't know.
What was like Jay-Z's percentage in the Nets?
Not a lot.
It was less than 1%.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot. And then a lot of times owners smartly, this is where it's a little smart. They'll just gift a piece of their equity to the star, the athlete, the singer, the whatever, in exchange for certain things. Remember, Shaq was supposed
passes to a show.
Right. Well, basically to be in their little inner circle.
Right.
And Shaq was supposed to work with DeMarcus Cousins. He showing up at games all the time, doing it. That ended up being an absolute flop. And the idea that, again, this is how tone deaf this is. It's like rich people are so smart and they're so out of touch, dude, sometimes. Or all the time. Like, I'm just thinking, well, like with Shaq, for example, remember going off about it. Like, you have Chris Webber, you have Mitch Richmond, you have a legion of ex-beloved Kings that you could bestow this on that would mean more. Shaq doesn't mean anything here.
No.
Shaq is, if anything.
No, I say Shaq does mean something here.
Sure,
It's not positive.
Not fun. And you're force feeding this thing down fans' throats where they have to somehow, I remember almost physically vomiting when they came out with the shirts that said Sacramento. And I'm like, do you not remember all the times he called us queens? Do you not remember singing the Cheers song on the bus? Do you not? Oh, and by the way, do you not remember him breaking our hearts on the floor as well? Like, this is not a symbol of good. Now switch over to the Raiders. Every Raider fan I know, you mentioned Tom Brady, they'd rather watch their mom take a shower than think about Tom. Yeah, you see the look on your face, Nate? That's exactly right. Nate physically cringed when I said that. That's Raider fan when they think about Tom Brady. That's exactly what it was when it was rumored that Tom Brady might go play for them and replace Derek Carr. I asked the question online and to my Raider fan friends, if it meant winning a Super Bowl, would you welcome Tom Brady if you knew in advance? And they had to think long and hard about it. And there was more than a couple that were like, yeah, it's not worth it. You're selling your soul to the devil. This is tuck rule, whiny face, stupid Tom Brady. We hate him. We hate him passionately. Now he literally, much like Shaq could, he literally can say, I own the Raiders. On the field and off the field, I own them.
When there's that first press conference,
and
he's sitting next to Mark Davis, and he reaches down, and he grabs that Raider cap and puts it on for the first time. Like, what is that feeling if you're a Raider fan? Like, that's going to be, like, burned into your mind forever. And then when you're at Allegiant Stadium, and they're showing Tom Brady hype videos to get you ready for the game, Tom Brady talking about the culture that Al Davis laid down.
Yeah.
What's their song, The Winds of Fall or something?
No, the Autumn Wind.
The Autumn Wind, narrated by Tom Brady, starts playing over the Allegiant Stadium loudspeakers.
Yeah, dude.
It's hilarious because it's the Raiders. I know it's gross.
It's just gross.
In the greater sense, it's gross, but also it's all. Does it not just scream to you, LOL Raiders?
Yes, just like it screamed LOL Kings. These are perfect examples. And by the way, Charles Woodson would have been a great guy.
Dude.
There are a number of Raiders you could have put in there.
Listen to me when I tell you this, and the same rang true for Shaq in Sacramento. Literally pick 98% of the former roster.
Yeah.
From Mitch Richmond and Weber down to Jawan Oldham and Mark Olberding.
Sure, Mark Olberding would have been better. Yes.
Better choices.
Mark Ramento.
I mean, if Sebastian Janikowski bought a stake in the Raiders, like, Raider fan is super hyped.
What would have been great would be to take somebody, God, I don't know, take somebody that played in the 70s or 80s for the Raiders that Raider fans loved to death and gift them a piece of the franchise and have them, in fact, do that for more. Take whatever piece you gave to Tom Brady and break it up.
So you think it was given to Tom Brady? Or
more than likely,
he
might have. More than, I don't know. If I knew the amount, I'd have a better answer.
Sure.
More often than not, these are gifted in exchange for appearances, ads, revenue, and it's a good deal for both sides.
And also, Brady also owns a little piece of the Aces as well.
Exactly.
So he's definitely, the Vegas market is something that he's targeted.
100%. So but here's the thing. Tom Brady is also sitting on, what is it, a 10-year, $375 million deal with Fox, which he may or may not end up doing. Tom Brady doesn't need the money. He doesn't need the money. You know who needs the money? A lot of Raiders that played in the 70s and 80s that are still with us. Break it up amongst them. Bring that in. He doesn't need the notoriety either.
Dude, the coolest one to me would have been Bo Jackson.
Would have been amazing.
Marcus Allen finally patches things up with the Raiders after all those years.
Bill Romanowski.
No, I'm not going to lie. I have this alarm bell going off in the back of my head. Plunkett and Flores still with us?
Plunkett is.
I have this. I think Coach Flores is still with us.
I think Coach Flores may have recently. Plunkett is still with us.
Okay. Yeah, I have this alarm going off. Like, did I forget?
Brian Flores.
Let me see here. Yeah, Tom Flores is 86. Good for him. Former KHTK up here, Tom Flores, who came to our Super Bowl party from time to time. 86 years old. All right, maybe Coach Flores is a little, maybe he couldn't handle that schedule. Plunkett, Allen, Jackson,
Tim Brown,
Charles Woodson. Divided amongst them. Create this conglomerate.
If you're really trying to go for that and
Tom
appeal
Brady.
to the fan base with name value players, you go within the organization.
Dumb. We'll take a break.
Ralph Sampson would have been better than Shaq in Sacramento.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Drew Gooden, better than Shaq in
Jason
Sacramento.
Terry. We'll take, when we come back.
Tracy McGrady.
Safe or out? The Giants are surging, sort of. Will that surge sustain?
Call them Ibaka.
And more. What?
Call them Ibaka.
Call them Ibaka.
Surge.
It's my favorite drink.
We'll be right back.
The 49ers 2023 schedule is out and filled with big matchups.
The 49ers start the season with a Week 1 showdown in Pittsburgh.
At home in Week 5 against the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football.
And a Week 13 NFC Championship game rematch with the Eagles.
Plus, get every 49ers game this season on Sactown Sports. Visit SactownSports.com for the latest team news and a full schedule breakdown.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Valley Strong Credit Union.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Tuesday forecast starts out nice and cool thanks in part to that Delta breeze. We'll head through the afternoon much cooler today under mainly sunny skies, planned for highs in the low 80s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
At Valley Strong Credit Union, we know that local businesses are the backbone of the Central Valley. Valley businesses deserve Valley support for payroll, credit, capital, and everything in between. Learn about all the benefits of being a business banking member at valleystrong.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. Spring officially here. And with the long, cold, and rainy winter behind us, I'm sure you're counting the days until summer, but don't wait until it's hot to make sure your air conditioner is working efficiently and, most importantly, safely. Get ahead of the problem with a $49 AC tune-up from American Energy Heat and Air. There's nothing worse than your air conditioner going out when it's hot outside. Get a tune-up today and make sure you and your family are comfortable and cool in your home for the hot summer months that are right around the corner. Give them a call, 916-520-9990, or schedule your appointment online at AmericanEnergyAir.com. Better Business Bureau, A+ rating. Serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. Easy, convenient payment options, same as cash, low monthly payments through financing partners. What do you need? 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
At Lowe's, we're always bringing pros more ways to save. Right now, get a DeWalt cordless impacts driver for just $99. Was $159. That's a savings of $60. Plus, you'll always save big on job lot quantities when buying select building supplies in bulk. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See associate for details. Valid through 8/2. Lowe's reserves the right to limit quantities.
M&S Auto Sales is grateful for their many repeat customers. Ask one, and they might say they come back because it's the best car buying experience. Others come back to get the vehicle they want and save a ton of cash on a clean, late model, top-selling vehicle that they can be proud to own. The team at M&S Auto welcomes you, including first-time buyers. El Camino Avenue, just off the Cap City Freeway. MSAutogroup.com.
Growing a business brings pressure. Staying compliant and retaining top talent in challenging times. You feel stretched thin. Fortunately, there's Insperity. They put over 35 years of HR service and technology to work, offering my employees competitive benefit options while lightening my HR load. Engaged people empowered to be their best means overcoming obstacles. With Insperity, nothing seems impossible. Insperity, HR that makes a difference.
Life is uncertain. It's okay to feel stressed, anxious, worried, or frustrated. It's normal. With CalHope's free and secure mental health resources, it's easy to get the help you and your loved ones need when you need it the most. Call our warm line at 833-317-4673 or live chat at calhope.org today.
A lot of new enrollments, huh? Braylon, Brady.
Monique's daycare is crawling with new arrivals.
Hey, sweetie, are you hungry?
She needs more early childhood educators.
Did your sock slip off again?
And a nap.
Hey there, little guy. Okay. Shh. Whoa.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
O'Reilly. Get your vehicle ready for spring during Clean Car Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Pro X1 exterior cleaning and detailing products provide professional results and show quality shine for your vehicle. Right now, pick up Pro X1 Snow Foam Car Wash 2 for just $15. See store for details. Pro X1 exclusively at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts or O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Sactown Sports
Headlines.
I'm Nate Littlefield, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. The Denver Nuggets are heading to their first NBA Finals ever. Last night, they took down the Lakers in a Game 4 win, 113-111. And, of course, you can't mention the Denver Nuggets without mentioning LeBron James. He played a full 48 minutes, had 40 points, 9 assists, and 10 rebounds, almost a triple-double. Jokic did have a triple-double, however, and he broke an NBA playoff record to get his 8th triple-double in any playoff series in its entirety. The opponent of Denver could be decided tonight in Miami. The Heat take on Boston for Game 4. Miami currently leads the series 3-0 and are favored by a measly 1.5 points tonight. Tip-off for that game is at 5:30 p.m. Those are the headlines. Let's get back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross and special guest host Jay Mars.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know? It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
On Sactown Sports.
I've been prying. Look at that. I have
Prying
been
into what?
I've been trying, Nate, since we started working together. And Nate Littlefield with us, who we love. Today and tomorrow, or
preference that
today is the last day for you.
Today's the last day.
Today is my last day. Goodbye.
Why?
I truly don't know.
Okay.
It's an hours thing.
Oh, is it an hour? Gotcha.
That's stinky.
Really? Never mind. I was going to ask what you got paid now. Tell me off the air.
Why would I tell you that on air? I'm so rich.
Because I want to figure out if
if he wants to invest in you long term,
I want to pay you under the table and come in for the next 3 days.
Oh, I would do that.
I don't like. It's nothing against Kyle, who will be with us.
It's everything against
Kyle.
Kyle.
I like Kyle.
You're so
I don't like
desperate to
change.
not have him.
That's
that
not
you're
true.
Nate under the
You're
table.
throwing me under the bus.
No, sir. You like to take your place under the bus.
Compliment
and
to
rest.
Nate. Nothing against Kyle. I've been trying to place your cadence since we started working together.
Yeah, that last one was bad.
No. Your delivery. I started this segment by saying prying instead of trying. Let's not.
You can pry me open.
We're not.
Whoa.
That's a
metaphorically.
Yeah, okay. That's
dirty.
I didn't mean it like
that's a promo. We need two a day, by the way. There's one.
Do not tell Verlato I said that.
He already did.
I know,
Verlato's
that's
at
crazy.
home in his cave that probably looks like Darth Vader's bathroom right now with all kinds of recordings and stuff going on. You can't get anything past him. Anyways, your cadence, and I mean this complimentarily, by the way, not your delivery, but your cadence.
Uh-huh.
You ever see the video of the Boom Goes the Dynamite guy?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that when he's doing the stories. Is very,
he's iconic.
He is iconic. You got to go with David Letterman.
Hey,
that's true.
All right, we got to get to Safer
Lads.
Out. Today's question for you all, I'll present right now as we get to Safer Out. I was thinking about this last night with Nikola Jokic. I want you guys to think about it.
You were with him?
I was. When you consider everything, play on the field, draft position, awards, the whole package.
Yeah.
What's the historical comparison?
There isn't one.
And is the closest, it's not, by the way, it's not perfect, but is the closest historical comparison Tom Brady?
I see where you're going with that. Yeah, that makes sense.
Because that's the one I'm on right now.
Maybe Mike Piazza.
He played a huge. So did Brady, though, and obviously Jokic doesn't have the rings Brady has, at all. It's not perfect, but it's like
basically the idea of a guy taking
way low,
no expectations, and just comes in. Yeah, I mean,
just destroying everything.
He was taken during. I just saw this clip 10 minutes ago during a Taco Bell commercial.
No kidding.
No, he wasn't.
I'll send you the clip. There's a Taco Bell commercial playing, and it goes, "The pick is in."
No, they make the picks on the air.
It's a second round pick. Do they do that? I saw the video.
You did?
I'll send it to you.
Okay. Dude.
I don't believe you.
It's hilarious.
I don't believe you, even though we've talked about it 50 times on the air.
Okay, I don't listen.
Save her out.
It's okay, Nate. I've had those moments too.
Save her out. Yes, you have.
Safe or out. It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
I was 5 years late on the. Hey, did you know Grayson Allen looks like Ted Cruz?
Yes, you were. Coming up in the next segment, Nate Littlefield. The Beatles broke up. He'll break it down. In the meantime, safe or out.
Good thing John Lennon's still alive, though. They could get back together.
That's true. Here's the thing, Nate. And I've done this too. I make Lennon jokes every once in a while. He gets so pissy.
No.
Does he get mad at Stalin jokes too?
No, he loves Stalin.
You guys are stalling on this segment.
We are.
Safe or out. Let's focus on the matter at hand. Stay focused.
Us people.
Yes, you two alone and not me.
The San Francisco Giants are only 1 game below 500.
Yeah!
Safe or out. The Giants will be above 500 at the end of the week. Take your time.
I am, because I want to answer it right.
First for everything.
By the end of By the end of the week, let's see. Okay, question, Jay.
Yeah.
Okay, when you say by the end of the week.
End of Friday.
So today is Tuesday.
Correct. So 4 more days.
Okay, so my question is this. I want to answer it right. If they win today.
They're 500.
Okay, but then they lose like a couple, and at the end of the week they're below 500. That means out, right?
Correct.
Not they got to 500. You're not asking will they get to
You're
asking
will they
by the
finish?
end of the week. No, out.
Wow.
Out. Yeah, out. They did beat Minnesota yesterday. Minnesota's a good team. They have 2 more there. They're not bad. And then they're on to Milwaukee. They'll have Milwaukee Thursday, Friday. End of the week Friday, end of the week Sunday.
End of the week Friday.
Okay.
Actually, no. Let's go Sunday because that's
definitely
a
out.
4 game. I'm gonna go safe.
You're wrong.
No,
you're wrong.
They're playing the 2 Central Division leaders who are both really just not great. They just play in crappy divisions. No, the Giants are surging, friend. The Giants have called up some guys from AAA. The Casey Schmidt story. I told this to Jason, and he kind of laughed it off. I'm like, watch Casey Schmidt. Kid can play ball. Now, the Giants are finding a little something here. They're finding just enough that I think they might even be buyers at the trade deadline. They're only a game and a half out of the wild card. Yeah, I'll go safe. When we're here on Monday, we'll be talking about the Giants above 500.
Okay. You're wrong.
Me, no to Giant fan.
Safe or out.
Sorry, jumped the gun there, guys.
Yeah,
I
you
didn't mean to
did.
cut
It's
you
okay.
off. That was
Shot
not
me.
cool of me. The Baltimore Orioles just dropped their new City Connect uniform. Safe or out. The City Edition Connect The City Edition / Connect jerseys are the worst in playoffs in sports. God, I'm sorry.
I want to remind
What's
people.
wrong with me?
I want to remind people he is a graduate of UC Davis.
Barely.
Back it up.
Guess what my GPA was? Guess.
2.1.
Guess.
2.1.
What I graduated with.
I'm going to guess it was somewhere around pi.
Higher than pi.
Really?
Yeah.
2.1.
You really want me to tell
No,
you?
if it's higher
Yes.
than pi, I'm going to say it was about 3.9.
3.875.
I know this number. Oh, that's mortgage rate. Never mind. That's 3 7/8, I believe.
By the way,
in mortgages.
graduating UC Davis, 3.875 is a really good GPA.
Yeah, well, apparently you didn't major in public speaking.
I didn't major in waking up this early.
Jeez.
Not nice.
I know, Nate. That's not nice.
I know. That's not cool of me to say.
The jerseys just are such a. This is where the old man in me comes out.
So
like,
it's safe.
yeah, exactly. I don't
Have you seen
just.
the Orioles ones?
This is just such a cash grab. It's so lame. Like, just go away. 2 jerseys, home and away. Home,
And I say home away and an alternate.
home. Okay, here's what.
I like an alternate.
In a perfect world, home white, away darks, and the alternate is a throwback.
I'll buy that too.
Bring back the wool caps.
No.
Bring back the collared jerseys.
That's really uncomfortable.
What is the I gotta see these. What is it?
City Connect.
City. I thought that was just a basketball thing.
No, there's baseball ones too. The Giants have those creamsicle foggy ones.
These?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, exactly.
What
the
is
Dodgers? They have the blue ones, the Los Dodgers that are just
What is is that the one where the Giants are the foggy ones?
Yes.
Yeah, whatever. Safe that they're the worst.
Yeah, safe. The City Connect / City Edition jerseys in all sports are just a disgusting thing that they throw out there. And like you said, they're a cash grab, and they need to go away at some point, and I hope they do. Dare I say, might even be worse than when the NBA went to those soccer style jerseys.
Yeah, number 3. That's gross.
Safe or out?
If the playoffs began today, the Rays, Rangers, Yankees, Twins, Astros, and Orioles would be in the AL bracket. The Braves, Dodgers, Mets, Brewers, Pirates, and D-backs would be in the NL bracket. Safe or out, at least 2 teams in each league from...
Dang it! I was so excited for you. You got through the hard part.
The list won't be in it at the end.
Go ahead. At least 2 teams in each league from those lists won't be in it at the end, you ask? That's 100% safe. 100,000 billion% safe. That means 4 of those teams will not be in there. I have no problems with that. Guys, we're at game 47 to 50 right now. We're not even a third of the way through this sloggy marathon of a season.
But we're almost.
But we're not even. I mean, we're at like 30%. There's 70% of baseball left. This is all garbage. This is meaningless. It's like preseason, but it counts. Yes, 100% safe. You say out?
Not safe.
Okay.
It's extremely safe.
Yeah,
it's very, very safe.
Hey, Nate, as we go to break, I have a question for you because you're young and starting out here. One thing I am concerned with.
I might be ending here pretty quick.
Do you have does your family ever listen?
Yes.
Yeah. Do they know that we mess with you, but we love you? Or do they think we're mean to you? Be honest. And by we, I mean mostly
they know
me.
that I'm a bit of a menace, so I deserve it.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So they
know. Yeah,
they get it. I hope.
Yeah.
I because I know how
my
moms
dad
and grandmas
gets
and stuff
defensive.
are. Does he?
Sometimes, but in unique situations.
Tell your
But
dad
he's more
it's-
angry than me.
it's
It's
fine.
never.
It's
He's never
all-
mentioned you by name.
Okay, well then that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't care if he gets mad at you.
Yeah.
As long as he
As long
knows
as
it.
it's
Well, I do other shows too.
We yeah, but we don't care about that. As long as they know it's all love, and that we kid because we care.
Yeah.
And I like it when you work here.
Oh, thanks.
Except when but you got to do better on the. I mean, come on, guy. Listen,
I know.
You got an update in 20 minutes.
Nail it.
I'm pulling for you.
Okay.
It's gonna be
Thanks.
the update of your life.
No.
No pressure.
Oh, I don't care.
That's the truest thing he's ever
Did you
said.
hear what your son just said, Dad?
When we come back,
He doesn't care.
Eastern Conference Game 4, the Heat go for the sweep. Do the Celtics have any chance at all? We'll
No.
get there next.
Catch the Oakland A's every weekend on Sactown Sports. Friday nights, Saturdays, and Sundays.
Sinking, that's going to get down for a hit. Around third to score is Tony Kemp. And the A's have taken the lead. Edge of the track makes the catch. And the Athletics get a great win.
Sactown Sports, your weekend home for the Oakland A's.
Sactown Sports coverage of the Oakland A's is brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the next generation network.
It's easy to think all money managers are pretty much the same, but at Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
Different? How? You sell high commission investment products, right?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission-based investment products.
Well, you must earn commissions on trades.
Nope, never at Fisher. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in our client's best interest. It's the highest standard of care for a financial advisor.
How do you know what's in their best interest?
We get to know our clients and then tailor a portfolio based on their goals and needs.
But you probably sneak in some hidden and layered fees.
No, we have one transparent management fee, structured so we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, you really do look out for your clients.
That's because our top priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. It might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly different money management.
Investments and securities involve the risk of loss.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the next generation network. Well, a good Mother's Day story involved the ace right-hander Garrett Acton. Pitching with his mom in attendance and making his debut against the Rangers, he retired all 5 batters he faced. Undrafted in the 2020 COVID year when the draft was only 5 rounds, he also excelled in the classroom as the first-team academic All-America at the University of Illinois. Ken Korak here, introducing you to the Xfinity 10G network. Xfinity is undergoing a multi-year network evolution, giving you a powerful connection today while building toward a faster, more reliable tomorrow. The Xfinity 10G network gives you the fastest internet with even faster speeds rolling out all the time. You also get a consistent and reliable connection when everyone's online, even during peak hours. That's a home run. If you want to learn more, go online at xfinity.com/10G.
So I'm a public school teacher and I'm on my feet all day long. That would be on concrete. The pain would like shoot up my heels and just increased from the bottom of my feet up. Then my back started hurting. So my husband and I were driving and I went, oh, look, there's a Good Feet store. I'm greeted by this gal named Mercy. That was a perfect name for her. And the cool thing about the Good Feet store is that you're able to try before you buy. I had free fittings. She was able to fit me with special arch supports. And so I walked around in the store. Within 30 minutes, I started sobbing because I had no pain. Well, if your feet are hurting, do something about it. You don't have to grin and bear it. You need to go to the Good Feet store and get some arch supports. I'm Deidre, and that's my Good Feet story.
See how they work for you with a free fitting and test walk at the Good Feet store.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
At Elk Grove Honda, all 2023 gas or hybrid model Accords are available at interest rates as low as 3.9% APR, limited short-term financing on approved credit. Honda Accord was named to Car and Driver Magazine's 10 Best list for an incredible 37th time. Let us show you the brand new Accord with interest rates as low as 3.9% APR, limited short-term financing on approved credit. We're Elk Grove Honda in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard, or elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Now here's what I want you all to do for me. The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Welcome back, Sactown Sports.
Hey, you know what? Happy to be back.
Very much so. You're home of the Nuggets. Is that too far?
Man,
your West Coast home of the Nuggets? Our Nuggets.
Do we have the territorial rights in Northern California?
Honestly,
to the Nuggets?
Hey, listen, if there's a way, pick up the radio rights for the final.
I got you.
Yeah. Let's go.
Those are just laying around. I'll go grab them today.
Let's do a post game with Mike Malone. That's fine.
I think he's already chosen that he doesn't want to talk to me.
Yeah. He's already gone. Hey, so Coach Malone, how does it look against the Heat? What are your strengths and weaknesses? Hey, thanks for the question, Dave. Take care.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That's how that went down.
Appreciate the question, Dave.
Good looking out.
We're going to talk a lot about the Nuggets, a lot about Michael Malone, Nikola Jokic, and all that. But right now, we still have an Eastern Conference final. I want to point out, by the way, the Nuggets, as somebody pointed out last night, the Nuggets have time to go home, pack a bag, head to Cancun, party with the Lakers, Warriors, and Kings, recover, come back, make a nice dinner, sleep a few nights, and then play in game one of the finals, which start next Thursday. They have 10 days off. Why? I mean, I know why, but why?
Scheduling. Gotta milk this thing, man.
How?
We need 7-day NBA final previews, clearly.
I mean, golly.
Does like each player get their own preview per day?
I know kids are listening, so I don't want to say the word. How buttonine?
Buttonine.
See what I did there? Yeah, I didn't use the A word. How silly is it that the NBA locks themselves into their finals coverage and can't flex, can't move up? Like 10 days, you lose momentum. Now we're all going to watch, and it's fine. And you could argue that it gives teams time to heal. Miami might be the one that really benefits perhaps out of this with Tyler Hero if he makes it back.
Although there's like an argument going around now, like, dude, are the Heat better without Tyler Hero because of the way they can run things?
It's one of those, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And as Miami looks to sweep the Boston Celtics tonight, you can just add that into the list that we're not really talking about, which is they've not had one of their starters pretty much for the entire playoffs. And yet they've still managed to go from, and by the way, when we say 8 seed, I don't even think that does it justice when you think about where they came from and how rare that is. And obviously the play-in hasn't been around for a long time. But the Heat finished the year at 44-38. They were actually, by record, the 7 seed, but lost to the Hawks in the first round and almost lost to the Chicago Bulls. Where they have come, they beat the Bulls 102-91. That's an 11-point win. Please keep in mind, they were down 1 going into the fourth quarter. So think about that. Going into the fourth quarter, they were 12 minutes away from their season being completely over in an elimination game, in a one-off, in an NCAA tournament style game. And they came back and they won and they haven't looked back. It's completely unprecedented what they're doing right now.
Yeah, the only other 8 seed to finish in that sort of, again, it was the Knicks in 99. Another team you can make an argument, by the way, wasn't truly an 8 seed when you talk about a team with Patrick Ewing. Marcus Camby was phenomenal that year. Latrell Sprewell had a big year for that. I mean, they just had a ton of guys on that team. But you know what's even more fascinating? And I think it's more of the macro conversation that we hear all the time around the NBA is, does the regular season matter? Because on one side of the spectrum, you have the Nuggets.
Right.
Who did it, quote unquote, correctly during the regular season, finished that number 1 seed, and got to the NBA Finals. Totally make the argument, look, the regular season matters. Here's the Nuggets. Then on the complete opposite side of not just the spectrum, but the country, the Miami Heat made the conference finals last year, slept walk through the regular season, slept walk through the play-in, except for that fourth quarter in Chicago. We're like, oh, we got to turn it on now. Granted, Giannis was injured a couple games in the first round, but all of a sudden just snap of a finger and is just dominating the Eastern Conference playoffs. It's fascinating.
I think it also should be said, because this is rather important. Let me get this right here. The final score, just again, want to underline everything. The final score of that Heat Bulls game was 102-91.
High scoring affair.
High scoring affair. With 7:12 left in the fourth quarter, Zach LaVine made 2 free throws. And the Bulls were up 82-76. The Heat finished on a 24-9 run to win that ball game. And I'll give you a step further. With 3:03 left, the Bulls were up 90-87 on a Kobe White 3-pointer.
Kobe.
With 3:03 left, Tyler Hero made a jumper with 2:54 left in the game. It was 90-87.
Safe to say he's playing hero ball?
Which means, I don't know which is more impressive, a 24-9 run or a 15-1 run.
15-1.
I think it is too. A 15-1 run in the final 2:54 of that game. That's how close they were. And now they're sitting here on the precipice of sweeping one of the top 2, top 3 favorites in the league to win the championship.
You know, and again, going back to the Nuggets Heat thing, didn't we all probably with about 20 games left, it was just like, okay, the NBA champion this year is likely one of Milwaukee, Boston, or Philly. They were the top 3 teams in the East.
Yeah.
We thought all 3 teams were better than Denver. And now none of those 3 teams are going to make the NBA Finals. I know I'm getting a little ahead of myself with Boston here, but I feel confident getting ahead of myself.
They're not
here.
making the finals. They're not. Sorry.
Can they eke one out tonight, or do they just look so demoralized?
But they're in Miami. They've got 2 more counting tonight in Miami, 2 more in Boston. They got to win 4 straight, and they've shown. Let's put it this way, dude. The Heat have won by 7, by 6, and by 26. They're going in the wrong direction. The Celtics are. Now, everything's possible, but this isn't. Again,
did you say everything's possible? This isn't.
With the asterisk of the Heat would have to suffer a major injury. And again, I don't even want to throw names out. You can guess who. I'm too superstitious, but that's the only way that could happen. And I'm here for it because I'm so here. It's like a championship boxing fight. I am going to have so much fun, and I hope you will too, in trying to break down a Nuggets Heat series before it starts.
That's going to be really difficult, actually.
I'm going to say something that's not great on sports radio. I don't know. Like, I don't have a hard, fast take on either team. I can sit here and literally make closing arguments attorney style for both teams and feel really confident about it. I can give you 10 ways the Nuggets win, 10 ways the Heat win. I don't know. And those are the best series, by the way.
Yeah, no, again, it's the best on-court matchup.
We'll take a break. When we come back, the Heat are trying to flex their muscle on the Celtics tonight. NFL owners are going to try to flex Thursday night games next year. We'll let you know what this means, where it means as far as in the season, and whether or not this is a good thing. We'll get to that next.
The King season might be over, but Sactown sports coverage never stops.
We, as a team, have a ways to go. This is something that you want to be able to build off of.
Stay tuned all off-season to Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com for the latest Kings news.
All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Start planting your garden this weekend with Bonnie 11.8-ounce vegetables. Buy 4 for $10. Plus, liven up your patios and decks with fresh blooms. Select 1.5-gallon hanging baskets or 2 for $20. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/17. In-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Right now at the Roseville Auto Mall, we've got the best Memorial Day savings and selection we've had in years. Head out to Eureka Road off I-80 and kick off summer with a new car, truck, or SUV during the giant Memorial Day sale at the Roseville Auto Mall. Driven to be the best.
I'm Craig Ashton of the Injury Law Firm of Ashton & Price. Whether you've been injured on a bicycle, as a pedestrian in a slip and fall, auto, Uber, Lyft, or big rig accident, you need Ashton & Price in your corner. When you call Ashton & Price, there's no chatbot telling you to hit 3 for accounting. You're greeted by a real-life person who will immediately transfer you to an experienced attorney. The consultation's free, and there's never a fee until you win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Hey, you want to be around people having a great time? You need to come check out Capital Casino, offering the most varieties of table games in the region in the friendliest environment. Come for the food, which is awesome, of course, and stay and play. Conveniently located in downtown Sacramento at 411 North 16th Street, right there in downtown Sacramento for over 20 years. Cap Casino, best food, best games, and of course, the best action. And please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Everyone knows Elk Grove Kia is home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty on every new Kia. But did you also know that Elk Grove Kia is your one-stop place for used cars? I'm talking over 300 used cars available. With Kia's certified program, with its 165-point quality assurance inspection, we know peace of mind on used cars is important. And that's why we also offer extended service agreements on all our used makes and models. Most prices are under Kelley Blue Book retail. New car protection at used car prices. From used sports cars to used delivery vans, we got them all at Elk Grove Kia. And our financing folks have over 100 years of combined experience. So we appreciate approved just about everyone. No credit, little credit, bad credit, no problem. And Elk Grove Kia is proud of our don't like it, bring it back guarantee for up to 3 days or 150 miles, no questions asked. Why would you buy your used car anywhere else? So check us out online at elkgrovekia.com today.
Turn your highway into a smile way. Elk Grove Kia.
Dawn or dusk, I'm on the hunt. Skeeter here, Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District, and I'm wearing Skeeter Vision, night vision goggles that light up skeeters at dawn or dusk like the 4th of July. Mosquito, 12 o'clock. Got him. So fight the bite by wearing long sleeves and pants at dawn or dusk when they're most active. Apply insect repellent and drain stagnant water. It's a breeding ground.
Dawn or dusk, the Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District reminds you to fight the bite. For more information or to report problems, go to fightthebite.net.
It's a myth to think you don't play golf well enough to get fitted for golf clubs. The professionals at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio would argue that playing the game with golf clubs properly fitted to your body and swing characteristics is the best way to improve your game and have more fun on the golf course. With a professional staff of fitters, all the major brands of equipment, and cutting-edge technology featuring TrackMan, the indoor-outdoor Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is worth a look. See for yourself, Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway. Schedule your fitting at 916-808-2531, 808-2531.
Hey, Scott, you look great. Yeah, I'm feeling good and have a new job. No, there's something different about the way you look. To be honest, a few months ago, I had an amazing robotic hair transplant procedure at XL Medicine. It's called the artist procedure. No way. Your hair looks completely natural, and you don't even have a scar. How did they do that? Dude, the artist system is amazing. I have this fantastic hairline, and I'm happy with my results. XL Medicine could probably help you too, buddy.
Using the artist procedure, Dr. Singh and Dr. Graywall can target and harvest healthy hair follicles with micron-level accuracy from the back of your head and transplant them where you need it. The procedure is painless, and you'll be back doing your regular activities in a couple of days. Ask Dr. Singh and Dr. Graywall at XL Medicine about the artist procedure. Call today, 916-932-4470. That's 932-4470 for a complimentary in-person or Zoom consultation, or on the web at xlmedicine.com. That's EXCEL medicine.com. See what the artist procedure can do for you.
These are actors and not real patients.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, KHTK AM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento, the only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
I'm Nate Littlefield, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. The Denver Nuggets are heading to their first NBA Finals ever. Last night, they snuck out a Game 4 win against the Lakers, 113-111. And of course, you can't mention the Nuggets without mentioning LeBron James. He played a full 48 minutes. He had 40 points, 9 assists, and 10 rebounds. Jokic put up an NBA playoff record 8th triple-double. The opponent of Denver could be decided tonight in Miami. The Heat take on Boston for Game 4. Miami currently leads the series 3-0 and are favored by a measly 1.5 points tonight. Tip-off for that game is at 5:30 p.m. Those are the headlines. Let's get back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross and special guest host Jay Mars.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Welcome back, hour 2, Jay Mars. Nate Littlefield, Carmichael Dave, taking you all the way till 10 a.m. Jason Ross, Chris Watkins, taking the baton from there. Breaking news, by the way. It broke last night, but as I understand it, correct me if I'm wrong, you will be with us till 10 a.m.
Today? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, after that late breaking news.
Bit
Correct.
Of schedule change. That's good. We love
big,
that.
Big news.
So another piece of big news in the world of football is we are, of course, your home of the San Francisco 49ers. Cannot wait. We should be having Eric Armstead on this week, by the way.
Nice.
He has a gala coming up. Why did you throw your hands up?
I'm such a big 49ers fan, and they're sending me home. I don't get to be here for the Eric Armstead thing.
Let me ask you, what would be the difference between, let me ask you this, honestly, what would be the difference between you sitting there for the Eric Armstead interview and tuning in from your house?
I'm a part of it. And that's what matters.
Would it make you even sadder if I told you he will be joining us in studio for an hour?
Oh, yeah, I would be sad.
Okay. Well, he's not.
I know, yeah.
Well, he's not gonna.
Well,
we'll probably record it the night before.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I'm just saying.
But
still,
maybe. How about this?
I selfishly need to be a part of everything.
If we record it the night before, we'll do it on StreamYard so everybody can see the video. You can come in and watch live.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? You can just sit there and just watch. And you'll see it and hear it before anyone else.
And you could submit a question that won't be answered.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm actually busy that night.
Okay. Well, you know what? Don't say we didn't try. The NFL has voted with the minimum amount of owners, that's 24 needed, to pass a new rule that they can now flex Thursday night football games. Yay!
Go flex.
John Mara, the owner of the New York Giants, one of the more influential owners in the NFL, was very much opposed to this, calling it, quote, abusive to fans whose schedules would be disrupted. This is a perfectly understandable take.
Never mind the players.
Yeah, I know, right? This is a perfectly understandable take on the surface because you have fans that might be traveling in town or planning things around a Thursday night game. You get the schedule. You work around it. So that's flights, hotel rooms, if it's on the road, or even if it's at home, maybe a wedding, I don't know, whatever it might be. And then you find out, it's flexed. And now
you're screwed.
Yeah. And a lot of businesses aren't going to be like, the game was flexed, so here's a refund, or we're going to let you move your whatever. So on the surface, it is a little bit abusive to fans, but let's look a little bit deeper. Because in order to flex, the NFL must announce no later than 28 days before the game. Now, granted.
So 4 weeks.
Yes. Now, granted, that still, doesn't allow you to, there's some people that are making plans right now with the schedule release coming out. You want to buy your airplane tickets early, you save money, blah, blah, blah. I don't think 28 days is necessarily an accident. One of those things is generally flight fees.
Mm-hmm.
They start coming down either 28 or 21 days prior to flight. So that's going to allow people to wait there. Same thing with hotel rooms, car rentals, all that. You'll be able to generally wait till then. But as fans, the 98% of us that will not be at those games, it's wonderful. Because you have the opportunity now on Thursday night, instead of it being the stinkos versus the stinkers, now you have an opportunity to take a game that means something and move it to Thursday. Now, I didn't see it in the write-up, but I also assume you're not going to be able to do that, for example, for teams that are playing Sunday night or Monday night games to put them on a Thursday night in the same week.
I didn't see that in my reading either, but I would imagine.
So. Yeah, the NFL union is a joke, but boy, would that be ridiculous. And they can only do it between weeks 13 through 17. As of right now, that means 5 games. And it's the Seahawks, Cowboys in Dallas in week 13, Pats, Steelers, week 14, Chargers, Raiders, week 15, Saints, Rams, 16, Jets, Browns, 17. Now, I think they have an eye, perhaps, on the week 16 and 17 games as it stands right now. Saints, Rams, Jets, Browns. Seems like that has, despite the fact that Aaron Rodgers is now in New York, that has a stinker written all over it, perhaps. But again, we don't know. It's football. I'm good. I think situations like this are tough. The league is averaged because they've been able to flex Sunday night football games, for example, and now they can do Monday night football. They've been able to flex Sunday night games since 2006.
Mm-hmm.
They've averaged just under 2 flexed games per season on the Sunday night programming.
But those are also flexed with other Sunday games.
Sure.
It's completely different.
So, and there is a big difference between playing Sunday at 1 p.m., 10 a.m., whatever it may be, whatever coast you're on, and then going to Sunday night. I can tell you there are a lot of reasons to be able to do this, but I'm going to start by giving you 11 billion reasons, and that's what Jeff Bezos and Amazon paid for the rights to broadcast Thursday night football. They signed just this last September, an 11-year deal worth $1 billion annually to broadcast one game. So they have a little bit of influence on this. You have to imagine this was part of those negotiations. I don't know if it was necessarily a quid pro quo, but it was certainly talked about. And that's a lot of money and that's a lot of influence. But from a fan point of view, Jay, I'm a huge fan of having more meaningful games on Thursday.
Of course.
Caveat, I don't like Thursday games from a fan point of view in general. I love the idea, of course, you want more content, but this isn't good for players. It's never been good for players.
And let's be honest, it's not good for players. The games on Thursday generally are not the most clean of games that you're ever going to see because of the short time to prepare, number one. It's interesting about the Amazon aspect of it. I just pulled these up. Amazon averaged 16.7 million viewers on Thursday Night Football last season. It was 17.1 the year before when it was, I believe that's NFL Network and like a Fox split. I forget what that was. So not a huge audience decrease.
No.
But I think it signals to a bigger thing coming down the line of these streaming networks are going to be able to dictate a lot of stuff.
Sure they are. That's a
lot of stuff.
Yeah, there's a money talks.
Yeah.
And the NFL is the cash cow.
They're the cash cow, and you have 32 owners who are continuing to find ways to line their pockets, right? And that is, at the end of the day, their biggest concern is lining their pockets. Yeah. Roger Goodell, the commissioner of the NFL, his job is to line their pockets. I guess I just have to ask, when is enough enough? We had
when is lining your pockets enough?
When does it okay, something bad's going to happen?
The bad
because,
thing,
like you said, it's not good for players.
The bad thing will have to happen, but more importantly, the bad thing that happens will have to be directly tied to this because it's never enough. It's never enough. There's never a situation where somebody goes, that's enough money.
Like, we're going to, at some point in the next 10 years, go from 3 preseason games to 2 with the caveat it's going to be 19-week season.
Sure.
And then we'll go to 1 and it'll be a 20-week season.
Eventually, why not? 12 months, 2 weeks off for the summer. Let's just go. Let's
spring break,
baseball
Christmas
style,
vacation,
162 game season. They're playing every other day.
You were laughing, but again, I gotta ask, what's the ceiling there? Because as long as the profits come rolling in, you're going to continue to see things like this that don't necessarily benefit the actual game itself.
Yeah. I just want to remind you and everybody else, not that you need reminding, this is the same league that absolutely rolled through the entire concussion protocol, all the ties to CTE, the cover-ups that they did. And let me remind everyone, because I will never let this go, the most underreported story probably over the last 25 years in sports is the fact that within the last decade, not in the 70s or 60s or 80s, within the last decade, recently, the NFL used something called race norming when they talked about doling out concussion benefits. What is race norming? That means, Nate, if you're a person of color, Jay, you're Caucasian, you both play the same amount of time in the NFL, you both suffered concussions and you have claims. Nate, because you're a person of color, we lower the bar of cognitive ability to come back on to judge how big your settlement should be because of your color, as opposed to you, Jay, which your bar is higher. That's literally a thing, and I invite everyone, and if you listen to the show often enough, I've said this many, many times, but if you're new to the show or you just didn't do it, look up NFL and race norming and read and go, oh my God, I thought he was smoking drugs or something. There's no way the NFL did this. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. That's my soliloquy in telling you and reminding you that it's never going to stop. There is no corruption that the NFL can't overcome at this point. It would take something along the lines of Roger Goodell being a part of the Illuminati and planning an attack on an American city while transporting drugs across borders, and he'd probably still save his job.
Yeah,
that's
as long as he makes some money.
Coming up at 8:27, we're going to talk about Vivek and his bid for the Ottawa Senators. I'm teasing that right now because I also want to get into an update on MLS finances in the wake of San Diego paying $500 million.
That's a lot of dollars.
In an expansion fee to join, because a lot of people are wondering what's going on with Republic. When we come back, though, Brought to you by Fire Wings, 3 for Madness. Carmelo Anthony has retired. Just how important is a coach in the major American sports and more? We get to it next.
It's Cattles and Rami.
Their second pick was already traded, and the pick that went yesterday to Orlando, that was only protected in the Vucevic trade where they sent that one to Orlando.
That is a bad
That was only
trade.
protected. You don't have to tell me that, Kyle. You didn't have to rub the salt in the wound. I know that. It also cost them Wendell Carter Jr. and Franz Wagner. And now they are just out of the draft altogether.
What does the Bulls do, man?
I don't know.
Cattles and Rami. Weekday afternoons from 2 to 6 on Sactown Sports.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. Spring officially here. And with the long, cold, and rainy winter behind us, I'm sure you're counting the days until summer. But don't wait until it's hot to make sure your air conditioner is working efficiently and, most importantly, safely. Get ahead of the problem with a $49 AC tune-up from American Energy Heat and Air. There's nothing worse than your air conditioner going out when it's hot outside. Get a tune-up today and make sure you and your family are comfortable and cool in your home for the hot summer months that are right around the corner. Give them a call, 916-520-9990, or schedule your appointment online at AmericanEnergyAir.com. Better Business Bureau, A+ rating. Serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. Easy, convenient payment options, same as cash, low monthly payments through financing partners. What do you need? 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
All right, coming up in 14 minutes, Jay's going to try to talk about LeBron James on a day we should only be talking about the Nuggets. We'll yell and scream about it. In the meantime, Nate Goodyear, another Nate Goodyear. God, that's just never going to not happen. That's like David and Derek Carr for me. It's never going to get out of my head. Nate Goodyear is currently up in Oregon right now with his family and doing quite well. Katie saw him in Portland when we were up there. I missed that, shockingly. I missed that dinner. In the meantime, Nate Littlefield with another reading exercise we call 3 for Madness, brought to you by Fire.
He's going to need to wear a, like, hi, my name is Nate Littlefield.
I think like one of those, yeah,
sticker.
exactly. Hello, Nate.
Hey, I was already planning to get a head tattoo with my last name.
Yeah,
so.
good for you. It's a long tattoo.
Yeah, it's a long last name.
Yeah.
Carmelo Anthony retired from the NBA after 19 seasons. Where do you rank Carmelo among the greats that never won a title?
Oh, I mean, Karl Malone, John Stockton,
Ewing, Barkley,
Peyton.
Peyton won a title.
Oh, that's right. I always think with Seattle.
Is Barkley the best?
Mm-hmm.
I think so. Carmelo's top 5 for me, though.
All right. So you got
when you look at the individual accolades,
Barkley, Stockton, Malone.
That'll be Ewing next, right?
I think you can make the case for Carmelo.
Yeah, he's probably he's 4 or 5, unless we're forgetting someone major. Which
I mean, I'm sure there's someone in the 70s or 80s that we're forgetting.
Trying to think of someone else who
Bob Lanier,
who got blocked by the Bulls, for example. I mean, Seattle got
Kemp,
blocked,
but no.
Yeah, Kemp's not top 5.
Drexler ended up winning one. The Pistons had already won theirs.
Yeah, probably
Lakers already won theirs.
Say top 5. Top 5, Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Congrats.
Saw a thing yesterday. It was like,
is that a list you want to be on, by the way?
I mean,
at one point it says, wow, you're a Hall of Famer. And
yeah.
It's like,
I don't know. Would you rather be
Steve Nash?
Nah, I take Melo over Nash.
Okay. He's just a name.
Nash is a good name, though.
Yeah.
Melo over 2-time MVP Steve Nash.
Should have never won those MVPs.
No.
I
mean, one of them he shouldn't have. I don't know
that's
about
a
both.
travesty.
One of them he shouldn't have. The other one's up for argument. That's it. I'm going to have to look at that during the break. Nash versus Melo. That's interesting. And plus, can we not discount also like some of the issues Carmelo had on court, obviously, but wasn't exactly like Steve Nash would like bring teams together and elevate them.
Yeah, like we did for the Nets.
Carmelo as a coach, get out of here. Anyways, I'm comfortable.
Are you saying Carmelo made it about himself once in a while?
Carmelo, I mean, look at, it's interesting. Speaking of the Nuggets, when you look at the Nuggets the year they traded Carmelo, they did quite well.
They really did.
Yeah, really well.
And the Knicks kind of went into a slide.
Yeah, they did.
I was shocked. George Karl tweeted out like a congratulations Melo tweet and didn't take any shots at him.
That's
I mean, honest to God, shocked.
I think George is starting to make amends. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man. He still seems pretty salty out there on socials.
Well, he is. He's like me on Twitter with going out with troll accounts. It's actually kind of fun to watch. Number 2.
Question 2.
We got some more rankings for you guys.
Okay. Yes, rankings.
Rank the value of the head coach / manager in the NFL, MLB, and the NBA.
All right. That's a good question.
I'm NFL, NBA, MLB.
That was literally mine. So thanks, Nate.
You're welcome.
I agree on MLB last.
I think NFL has to be one. Yeah.
Especially the way they're treating head coaches in the NBA right now. You didn't win a title in 3 years. You're dead to me.
Doesn't that speak to the fact that at least in ownership, they believe that a coach has a bigger effect than we might? The NBA is so, I mean, you're dealing with.
It's a scapegoat effect.
You're dealing with I agree. You're dealing with 5 starters. You're dealing with a roster of 14 people. In the NFL, you're dealing with 55-man rosters and 11 on each side. Now, you could argue that's a bigger thing, but there's such a large, you're almost like, in the NFL, you're almost like a CEO, and you have your department heads.
Yeah, no, you really,
you delegate a lot of that.
You have so much you're in charge of.
But then you look at, like, for example, the effect Mike Brown had on the Kings this year.
Yeah.
And,
well, I think the biggest argument is look at the 2 teams that are going to likely be in the NBA Finals. Mike Malone's been in Denver for 8 seasons. Spoelstra's been in Miami for 15.
You have consistency.
Yeah, and I think that's something that NBA owners should
I agree with you. I think it's a coin flip, but I'm going to go NBA, NFL, MLB.
I will add NFL, too. They could also be the play callers on both sides of the ball, depending on, depending on their staff.
They do a lot.
Mike McCarthy this year, baby.
And I think NFL coaches on the whole probably have to work a little bit harder, more around the clock, all of that.
Well, and again, you're in charge of, these 50-something man rosters.
But again, give me a really good GM and a medium and an average coach over a really good coach and an average GM every day of the week. Give me somebody that can put. It's funny.
Well, I think the GM is arguably, outside of ownership, the most important piece on any team.
And really, ownership, all they should be doing is writing checks and make sure that the funds are being spent wisely.
Because billionaires always do that, by the way.
They do.
You feel that way about the Niners? You feel like they couldn't be where they are with a different GM?
I think that Kyle Shanahan looks a lot better when he has one of the on paper best rosters in the NFL than if he was trying to. Let's put Kyle Shanahan in Carolina over the next 3 years.
I think he made a lot of those picks. I think his
Shanahan
input.
Did?
Yeah, I think that's what
I don't know what's on the interior. It certainly sounds like they both have. Again, as Jay was saying yesterday, you have to have teamwork. You have to have a connection between coach and GM. Yeah, it does make the beam work. It's a coin flip. I'd accept arguments either way. Number 3.
Question 3.
With Tom Brady buying a stake in the Raiders, pick a former player to buy a stake in your favorite team.
Oh, by the way, Allen Iverson's a pretty good guess for top 5.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So now
I go Iverson over Melo.
You have to. I do too. So now you have to pick 2 of Iverson, Melo, Steve Nash.
Iverson over both of them.
I smell. I agree with you there too. Former player to buy a stake in your favorite teams.
Well, I think we know your Giants answer.
We have Buster Posey or Will Clark. Sorry.
Wow. Fact that didn't just come off top of the dome is surprising.
49ers, that's a toughie. Montana or Young would be easy. I would go Ronnie Lott.
Not Jerry Rice? He's at every game. Like he's already feels
That's
like
one of my favorite 49er things, by the way, is Jerry Rice going to every game and just being Jerry Rice.
Yes. Yes, I wouldn't hate Jerry Rice. I wouldn't at all. I'd have no issue with that. I'm a Ronnie Lott guy through and through. It's a coin flip on that one.
Big Lott hive.
Huge Lott hive. The Kings are that's the toughest one. That really is the toughest one. I'll tell you the one person I would like to see granted an ownership stake in the Sacramento Kings. It's not a player. And it's kind of, I know this is kind of a goofy answer, but I mean
That's the question, though.
I understand that. I'd love to see Greg Lukenbill get a piece of the Kings.
Sure.
And I'd love to see him make a lot of money off of it, too. I think he deserves it. As far as a player goes,
just pick your all-time favorite. That's always the easiest one. That's what you're doing with the Giants and the Niners.
I don't necessarily have an all-time
You
favorite
do.
king.
There's a king that tugs at your heartstrings a little bit more than others.
I have a. You know what? I'll go for. I'm going to go for violence today. Give me DeMarcus Cousins.
Wow, that a boy!
Give me DeMarcus Cousins.
I love that answer.
Have DeMarcus come in.
What do you think
Kings.
DeMarcus' favorite wing is at Fire Wings?
Say that again.
What do you think DeMarcus's favorite wing at Fire Wings is?
You know.
Wow, I don't even get a pick.
Yeah.
Well, you're getting some more time to process.
Go ahead.
We just have to get that in, right?
Yeah, buddy, but it's a lead him to it.
That's all right.
It's not lead him. I interrupt and then he goes to it.
Well, let me put it this way.
Wow.
It's not a read.
What fire wing would DeMarcus Cousins pick? Find out at the end of the next segment. But right now,
3 for Madness brought to you by Fire Wings. 21 different flavors to choose from. Fire Wings, just wing it.
Before we break, who would your guys be?
Okay. Niners is Jerry.
Okay.
Dodgers is the toughest one for me, actually. I would probably say Kershaw, but I'm not married to that.
Not married to Kershaw?
No. He rejected me at least 3 times at the altar. It's kind of a sad story. Kings, I'm like you. I want to go. I'm not going to choose violence, but I'm going to go head scratcher. I'll go with my first favorite player. Jim Les deserves a stake in the Sacramento Kings.
I'm here for it. I was either going to be DeMarcus Cousins or Dan Dickow. I decided to go
Danny
DeMarcus
Dix.
Cousins. Yeah. Dan Dickow, pick for the Kings.
Nate?
Weber. I'll go Weber.
Okay.
Fine pick.
Yeah.
Or Jay Will. Jay Will would be fun.
Okay, I know you like the Niners.
Okay.
Oh, Niners. Oh, you want me to do them all?
Yeah.
I'll go Pat Willis, Niners.
Okay, I like that answer.
Yeah, and I'm not a big baseball guy, so whoever.
If you had to pick a favorite team, who would it be? Say the A's.
Yeah, who's
your favorite? What Ace would get a stake in the ownership?
There's only one answer.
It's Ricky.
It's
nice.
It's Jose Canseco.
Oh, yeah.
He'd make a fantastic.
McGuire would be cool.
What would Jose do with his stake in the A's?
Gamble it. Open a car wash.
He would.
Ricky's not a part owner, right?
No,
I don't
He
believe
just has
that.
a field name.
He has a field.
Canseco would try to move the A's, but to be like the Mars.
Is that, by the way, is that kind of an insult that the field's named after Ricky Henderson? If you're Ricky Henderson, like the worst stadium in baseball, and
Nah.
it's your field.
I don't think so.
JR, we'll get to you when we get back. When we come back, LeBron James has a cryptic message in his presser. We're going to talk about it because it's got to be about LeBron. We'll do that next.
The King season might be over, but Sactown sports coverage never stops.
Guys on other teams, when they look at the Sacramento Kings, they feel that this is a fun brand of basketball to play.
Stay tuned all off-season to Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com for the latest Kings news.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Tuesday forecast starts out nice and cool thanks in part to that Delta breeze. We'll head through the afternoon much cooler today under mainly sunny skies, planned for highs in the low 80s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Shop Folsom Lake Kia for all your favorite models at low prices and payments, plus low finance rates and zero down deals with approved credit. Go see my friends at Folsom Lake Kia right here in Sacramento for over 20 years.
Wells Fargo lets you know where you stand with your FICO credit score. What if you knew where you stood with everything? Like your kids' friends.
Hey, boys. How do cows stay informed?
Dad, don't.
They read the Moo paper.
Mr. Otis, you're the funniest.
It's good to know where you stand. And when it comes to your FICO credit score, you can with a Wells Fargo account.
Visit wellsfargo.com/getfico to learn more. Terms and conditions apply. FICO is a registered trademark of Fair Isaac Corporation in the United States and other countries. Wells Fargo Bank N.A., member FDIC.
Selling your home can be stressful. Scott Marsh here to tell you about Bridgehaven Homes. They are a local home buying company that offers homeowners an easier way to sell their home. Let Shane and his team at bridgehavenhomes.com take that stress away. Bridgehaven Homes gives you an all-cash offer for your home, no matter what the condition, within 24 hours. You pick the date you wish to close and sell on your terms. No repairs, no showings, and no realtor commissions. Call 916-299-6040 or bridgehavenhomes.com.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Hey, it's Ram season, Chad. What's going on up at Hoblet?
Right now, save up to $11,000 off MSRP on new 2023 Ram 1500 Laramie Crew Cabs. That's real savings off one of America's most comfortable and popular Ram trucks. No surprise add-ons or dealer markups, just pure savings you won't find anywhere else.
Well, what about heavy duties?
We have Northern California's largest selection of heavy-duty Ram trucks with savings up to $6,000 off MSRP on new 2022 Ram 2500 Bighorn Crew Cabs. Again, no surprise fees, add-ons, or dealer markups, just savings. Just one of the reasons why we've received the Walter P. Chrysler Award for outstanding customer service for 3 years in a row. Plus, with Hoblet's Peace of Mind guarantee, you can buy with confidence.
Search, select, and save through their full inventory at HobletDodge.com or experience their award-winning customer service with a test drive at the Hoblet Ram Truck Center. Best prices, best selection, period.
11,000 total net savings after 71.28 factory rebates and 38.72 dealer discounts. Rebates include 10% off MSRP retail bonus cash based on 10% of MSRP. 5 of this net savings sample VIN 558887. 6,000 total net savings after 4,500 factory rebates and 1,500 dealer discounts. Rebates include $2,000 2022 Ram diesel engine bonus cash and $500 on-the-job commercial outfit. Must show $500 in eligible uplift equipment. More than 5 of each net savings.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the next generation network. Well, a good Mother's Day story involved the ace right-hander Garrett Acton. Pitching with his mom in attendance and making his debut against the Rangers, he retired all 5 batters he faced. Undrafted in the 2020 COVID year when the draft was only 5 rounds, he also excelled in the classroom as the first-team academic All-America at the University of Illinois. Ken Korak here, introducing you to the Xfinity 10G network. Xfinity is undergoing a multi-year network evolution, giving you a powerful connection today while building toward a faster, more reliable tomorrow. The Xfinity 10G network gives you the fastest internet with even faster speeds rolling out all the time. You also get a consistent and reliable connection when everyone's online, even during peak hours. That's a home run. If you want to learn more, go online at xfinity.com/10G.
Sactown Sports
Headlines.
I'm Nate Littlefield. These are your Sactown Sports headlines. The Denver Nuggets are heading to their first NBA Finals ever. Last night, they won against the Lakers in Game 4, 113-111. And, of course, you can't mention the Nuggets win without mentioning the Lakers' LeBron James. He played a full 48 minutes, had 40 points, 9 assists, and 10 rebounds, while Jokic put up an NBA playoff record 8th triple-double. The opponent of Denver could be decided tonight in Miami. The Heat take on Boston for Game 4. Miami currently leads the series 3-0 and are favored by a measly 1.5 points tonight. Tip-off is at 5:30 p.m. Those are the headlines. Let's get back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross and special guest host Jay Mars.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say. He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
James sets, fires, connects. 21 here in the first quarter.
LeBron James had himself a first quarter, maybe, just maybe. Not that LeBron didn't have his struggles, of course, but maybe LeBron James. Father time. Career is on the downswing. Maybe those
it's a hell of a downswing, by the way.
Maybe they should calm down a little bit. We'll get to that in a second. JR, good morning. 1-800-920-1140. Sactown Sports, welcome in.
Quid pro quo, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Hey, I just want to point out that the Kings and the Warriors have never got swept in the playoffs this year.
It's a great point. They have not, and that's one to grow on.
That is one to grow on. It's nothing. It's kind of satisfying to wake up and see the Lakers lost.
Oh, it is. Swept.
A little something.
Yes.
And Rickshaw left you at the altar because he has no real rings to give. I just want to point that out.
Who left us at the altar?
Rickshaw or Kershaw. What's his name?
Kershaw.
I heard Rickshaw. I knew what he meant. I wanted to let that one breathe.
Yeah, okay, I got you, JR.
And then as far as San Diego getting a freaking MLS team, I know this is a family show, so I'm going to say butt 9.
Yes.
Freaking butt 9.
Isn't it, though? Bro, $500 million.
Oh, I got what? Jay Ross has got that like in the garage.
$500, and I'll in about an hour, I'm going to break down the economics. That'll blow your mind, bro. It
will blow. If I had a mind, it would blow it, but okay.
Thank you. Love you. Oh, sorry, JR. I didn't mean to cut you off. Love me some JR. 15-25 in 48 minutes for LeBron James. That 48 minutes was a game high. The closest was Jokic at 45. 40 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists on 15 of 25, 4 of 7 from beyond the arc, and 1 turnover. And this is a story today of the Nuggets sweeping the Lakers. I think praising LeBron James at 38 years old for doing what he did is perfectly okay. And then LeBron at the end of his presser dropped this.
Obviously, all-time scoring record, another season where you essentially defeat Father Time again. On a personal level, how would you evaluate the season that you had?
I don't know. I love to play the game. I love to compete. I love to be out there for my guys, my teammates, whoever I have that particular year. I think it was special in the fact that having a first-year coach and a first-year coaching staff to be able to take them to the Western Conference Finals. I think that's dope for Coach Ham and his coaching staff going forward. That's pretty amazing. For me, I mean, it's all about availability for me and keeping my mind sharp and things of that nature. Being present on the floor, being present, locker room and bus rides and plane rides, things of that nature. It's challenging. It's challenging, for sure. It was a very challenging season, for me, for our ball club. Obviously, we know what went on early on or whatever the case may be, but it was a pretty cool ride. But I don't know. I think it was okay. I don't have to say it's a successful year because I don't play for anything besides winning championships at this point in my career, and I don't get a kick out of making a conference appearance. I've done it a lot, and it's not fun to me to not be able to be a part of getting to the finals. But we'll see what happens going forward. But I don't know. I got a lot to think about, to be honest. And just for me personally, going forward with the game of basketball, I got a lot to think about.
First off, I hate the narrative. I hate the way the Nuggets have been covered, especially playing the Lakers. Secondly, I am a vocal, unabashed LeBron James fan. I think when it comes to expectations, performance execution, and when you combine everything he's done off the floor, primarily sending hundreds, if not thousands of kids to college, building a school, literally building a school, paying scholarships, where he came from, bringing up his peers like Maverick Carter, the most powerful agent in the league, Rich Paul, who he found in a parking lot selling jerseys. I think LeBron James, when it's all said and done, will be the greatest, most iconic all-around athlete in history. That counts everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody. LeBron James, number one on my list. And that's a huge statement. And I'm making that to underscore that I don't have a bias, or if I do have a bias, it's for LeBron James. But let's also remember, LeBron is whiny. LeBron flops. LeBron cries after every foul. There are annoying things about LeBron James, the basketball player.
Clean play last night at the end of the game.
Yes, he was. And I don't like the fact, because LeBron, and he is incredibly intelligent and one of the most media savvy athletes in history, if not the most media savvy. Every word he says is thought out. Every statement he makes is thought out. Bro, save that. There'll be plenty of people that will listen to it after the season. Give the Nuggets their moment. And now we have what's called a news cycle. And as we spend a segment on this, and one only, there will be show after show after show on radio and on television that are going to obsess with the idea of LeBron James over, which, by the way, it's currently on right now on one of the screens. There's the Denver wins 4-0. LeBron says he'll consider retirement. And that's dominating the news. It's silly to me. Number one, LeBron James isn't retiring. He's going to play with his son.
I agree.
Could LeBron James not be there at the start of next year? Could LeBron James even take a year off? Maybe. Plenty of time to speculate on that in the offseason.
I don't think he'll take a year off.
I don't either.
But I do think the idea that there was a seed planted last night, whether you like the timing of it or not, that's going to be a fascinating and is currently a fascinating conversation. And it just goes to show, though, his gravitas, right?
Yeah.
Of how he can completely overshadow anything. Now, do you honestly believe he did that with the intention to overshadow the Nuggets sweeping the Lakers?
I don't think he was malicious and sat there and went, I don't want the Nuggets getting press. I'm going to say, no, I don't know. It's almost worse because I think that LeBron in the moment was so self-absorbed that a veteran like that who knows better, and remember, I just said he thinks about everything he says. He's media savvy.
Of course.
But he didn't think about the fact that if I drop this, I'm completely taking away from my opponent.
And I want to be clear here, no self-absorbed best-in-the-world athlete usually does.
No, they don't. But I like to think LeBron, at least in his mind, thinks of himself differently. And I thought it was just kind of a low-class move to the Nuggets.
Okay.
The Nuggets deserve the coverage. The Nuggets deserve the conversation. Plenty of time to talk about LeBron.
I'll hear that argument for sure, not necessarily the one about, LeBron thinking of himself in another way. Again, I think when you're on that level, the way like the LeBrons, the Michaels, all those guys, dude, your ego is just out of this world.
Sure.
And it almost has to be, right?
He's a rich guy.
It almost has to be out of this world.
He's a rich guy. That's what happens.
And again, this is something to follow in the sense of, is this to follow, will LeBron James play next season? No, that's stupid. Like, this guy's definitely playing next season and the season after it. Like, that's the thing. I guarantee you he plays the next 2 seasons. I would be willing to bet a lot of money on that. I don't bet.
Sure.
But this is also a guy that once upon a time bucked the trend or the NBA script of what you're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
And he is kind of the godfather of the player empowerment movement, so to speak. And I think, and we'll talk about this, I'm just planting the seed now the way he did. He might be taking a step towards like really saying, hey, I'm LeBron James. If I only want to play X amount of games next year in the regular season, so my body's good in the NBA playoffs, and I'm not gassed in the fourth quarter of Game 4.
I do what I want.
I think we're there.
Style. I do what I want.
I think we are. I think that's what we're approaching.
Well, I will be approaching a neighborhood Fire Wings here soon, as I dined on Fire Wings last night.
How were they?
Just scrumptious.
Just wingy.
I can get wingy elsewhere. There's other winkies. There's
no,
other
wingy, not winkies.
Winkies of
holy
hell.
Cow.
Wingy. But nothing like a Fire Wing. Somebody tweeted at me yesterday and heard the Fire Wings read and said, hey, you know what's a really good idea? Go get some drumsticks from the store and prepare them like you would chicken wings. And it's like a chicken wing, but the drumstick, but more. I've done that before. I disagree. You can flavor them a certain way, but the flavoring to meat ratio of an actual wing drumette or a flat is unbeatable. And Fire Wings has perfected their craft. You can order it anytime during the day. Hell, you can order at 3 a.m. if you want and just schedule when you want to go pick them up. When I say 21 different flavors, what that underlines is the diversity of wing they have. Whether it's your air quote normal flavors or flavors that we've had normalized because Fire Wings invented them and perfected them, everyone's going to have a flavor they want. Do a scouting trip. Maybe change it up. Order 4 flavors you've never had before. See if you like those. You'll never know till you try. In addition to the seasoned fries, the tots, the world-famous ramen, the mac and cheese, so much more. Go to firewings.com. Find the location nearest you. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you. Fire Wings, just wing it. Coming up next, should the Kings follow the Nuggets model? What if I told you they already are? We'll get there next.
It's Cattles and Rami.
Their second pick was already traded, and the pick that went yesterday to Orlando, that was only protected in the Vucevic trade where they sent that one to Orlando.
That is a bad
That was only protected. You don't have to tell me that, Kyle. You didn't have to rub the salt in the wound. I know that. It also cost them Wendell Carter Jr. and Franz Wagner. And now they are just out of the draft altogether.
What does the Bulls do, man?
I don't know.
Cattles and Rami, weekday afternoons from 2 to 6 on Sactown Sports.
When they're investigating, we can't stop watching. This month on BritBox, sit back, relax, and enjoy watching the detectives. Discover Britain's most bingeable mysteries, including the brand new season of Grace, the hit series based on the books by best-selling author Peter James. Unwind with the detectives you could watch all night long. Stream them all now exclusively on BritBox. Endlessly intriguing. Start your free trial at BritBox.com.
Yeah, I'm so stressed. Our business is growing. We've got people all over now.
Ooma.
What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending the Ooma cloud phone system with auto attendant and more than 50 features.
Ooma?
Yep. Switching to Ooma is a cinch. Just $24.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Now you're feeling it. Find small business calm at ooma.com/radio. That's OOMA.com/radio.
Finding great people to hire can be like trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Their powerful matching technology delivers so many qualified candidates. It's like finding a needle in a needle stack. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. For less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Get to Acura of Stockton, where precision-crafted performance is at your fingertips. Elevate your driving experience with a vehicle that's built to impress. Acura of Stockton has a great selection of new Acuras and customer service that will exceed your expectations. And right now, lease a new Acura TLX, MDX, or Integra with low lease rates available. Take luxury to a whole new level in a new Acura from Acura of Stockton. See all our inventory and specials at AcuraofStockton.com.
Pain is not normal. Repeat, pain is not normal. Greetings, Sacramento. Doug Christie here with the Good Feet Store. Does this sound familiar? It's the end of the workday, and the pain in your feet, knees, hips, or back is unrelenting. Good Feet understands that you've likely already tried assorted remedies and solutions with no relief. And now you're pretty much resigned to living with the pain. But do not give in to the pain. Instead, come to the Good Feet store for their end-to-end 3-step arch support system. Good Feet is the nation's largest manufacturer and retailer of personalized arch supports. With arch supports in over 300 sizes, styles, and flexibilities, and an arch support specialist in each store. Come in today for a free no-obligation arch support fitting, then take them for a test walk around the store or around the center. Experience the comfort, balance, and support possible with the Good Feet system. The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and now in Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
Michael Malone has been with the Denver Nuggets for, count them, 8 seasons. We talked about that a little bit yesterday. And it's amazing it's been that long, yet it also isn't. And I'm just so thankful for Kings fans everywhere that the Kings had a really good bounce back year this year.
Mm-hmm.
Because if this was 2 years ago and we were watching, it wouldn't be as easy to root. I mean, I'd still root for Mike Malone and the Nuggets, but it would also, every fist bump would come with a heart stab.
Ow.
Because you're watching your guy that I will never forget taking a poll the day Malone got fired as to whether or not Kings fans thought it was the right move. And it's not like Mike Malone had this like insane success of he never made the playoffs. He was under 500. And it was like 5,000. It was one of the craziest polls I ever did on social media. Like 5,000 people responded, and it was like 98-2. It was a terrible, horrible idea. I would honestly say it's arguably, and maybe not
Which
even.
is also correct.
Yeah, it was.
Actually, I tell you, it wasn't correct. It was 100% a terrible move.
Arguably, the low point of Vivek's tenure as owner was firing Michael Malone, especially under the circumstances with DeMarcus sick and all that stuff.
I think that's accurate.
So fast forward now, and yay for the Kings. So it makes it easier to root for Mike. 8 seasons of Malone and Jokic, 7 with Jamal Murray. They love him, and part of it is just why we love him. Coach Malone's demeanor was always amazing.
You talk about Nikola. I always think about this and laugh because that first summer league in Vegas, 300 pounds, out of shape. Hey, he's a nice player. He's a nice. No one, and if anybody tells you different, they're full of shit. If no one ever could have seen that he'd be a 2-time MVP, passing Wilt Chamberlain, it seems like every other night. And that speaks to his dedication to his craft, getting in great shape, and understanding for him to fulfill his potential, he had to work harder, and he's done that.
And to speak to the loyalty, one more clip. We played this yesterday, but keeping that together and working with Nikola Jokic, also maintaining Jamal Murray, part of that big 3, if you will, but certainly that big 2 was a huge thing.
I remember being in the bus with him, going to the airport after he did the injury in Golden State the next day, and he had tears in his eyes. And that was the message. Hey, man, you're going to come back from this. And not only are you going to come back, you're going to be better. And that's in that moment, it's really hard to believe that. And his first thought was, man, are you guys going to trade me? And that was his, I'm damaged goods. Are you guys going to trade me now? And I hugged him. I said, hell no. Like, you're ours.
So they've had stability. When you look at the building of the Nuggets, they were just kind of, I wouldn't say treading water. They were a good team. But in my opinion, 3 things in addition to those 2, really, really add them to the top, or 3 if you count Malone, Jokic, Murray. The acquisition of Aaron Gordon can't be understated.
Last trade deadline, too, by the way.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago, correct?
Thought it was last season.
No, it wasn't last season. It was at least, I actually think it was 2020. They acquire Aaron Gordon. I know there was like a first-round pick and 2 players, I forget, which speaks to how good the trade was. They get Aaron Gordon from Orlando. And it might have been 21.
21 trade deadline.
Yeah. So
the
2.
season. Okay.
So what Aaron Gordon did, amongst other things, though, but that gave them a defensive presence in the starting lineup.
And a freak athlete.
You add in, obviously, drafting Michael Porter Jr., and you want to talk about patience.
Mm-hmm.
They drafted Porter Jr., I want to say 15th. He slipped because of that injury. He would have been a king had he not been injured.
Yeah, no, he was projected all along top 3, and again, like you said, top 2.
Yes.
Kings likely take it.
And so they grab Michael Porter Jr., who, by the way, hasn't turned into some, it's not like he's a 28-point-a-game superstar. He's just a very good, solid player.
He's a damn good third, fourth option on offense.
And adding in guys like Bruce Brown, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, when you look at what they're doing with Gordon, Pope, and Brown.
Pope's the real guy to me that's really stuck out. Like, dude, this guy hits big threes when needed. His defense on the ball is so good.
That's 3 and D, and that's what they did. They surrounded their guys with the right guys. They did it the right way. They kept them together. And if anything, just added to it. And they basically have a 7-man rotation. Throw in Jeff Green and the veteran leadership he has.
Yeah, off the bench last night, Bruce Brown goes 20, Jeff Green goes 10.
So
every other starter plays 39 or more minutes.
Yeah.
With Jokic topping out at 45.
One thing I was thinking about with Michael Porter Jr. too, just an aside, I forgot to get to it yesterday. I'm wondering. I wish I had this number. I looked for it. So Michael Porter Jr. is 6'10".
Mm-hmm.
He has one of the sweetest jump shots in the game.
Yeah, it's a really pretty shot.
It's a true jump shot. Michael Porter Jr. also has, I want to say, a 7-foot. It's a 7-foot something crazy, like 7'10" or something wingspan. I would like to know what the true release point is. How high?
Oh, given the jump plus the wingspan.
Given the jump, so he's 6'10". He probably jumps 2 feet, 24 inches off the ground, somewhere in that neighborhood. So that's 8'10". And then however long, now remember, it's not your shoulders come below your head.
Sure.
So however higher than his head his release point is, I mean, are you honestly talking about like somewhere in the neighborhood of a 9.5 to 10 foot high jump shot?
I don't know the exact what that number would be, but I do know this. Anytime I see him and someone try to contest a three of his,
good luck.
And it's like a great closeout on the defender's part, and they get up in his face. That ball is so much higher than their hand.
Right.
And that's why, again, he can have that clean jump shot, even like you never see him go away from it. You never see him either get off balance or kind of try to readjust in midair. He always just takes a clean shot no matter who's closing him out because of that.
So you want the Kings to do something similar. I mean, you ask yourself, can the Kings do something similar? And I would say they're already kind of on the way, which is tough to say in the first year of the head coach. But they have their coach, and you just pray that that stays the same. Now, what about their big two? Well, Jamal Murray, De'Aaron Fox, Nikola Jokic, Sabonis. I would say that playoffs are a huge part of this, but would you take De'Aaron Fox over Jamal Murray?
Right now, yeah.
Yeah, so would I. And obviously you take Jokic over Sabonis. But there are similarities on both sides with both players, especially Sabonis and Jokic. We've talked about Sabonis' Diet Jokic. Now, Sabonis' performance in the playoffs was tough. We're going to need to see, hopefully, next year if that was more of a matchup thing or more of a Sabonis in the playoffs thing. But I think they've already begun, and I think what's interesting about looking at both teams, Jay, is I think they've also added their Michael Porter Jr. and Keegan Murray.
That to me, or you could even make the argument, and it's not apples to apples. I'm not saying they're the same athlete, but the Aaron Gordon to me is the third guy on that team. And can Keegan Murray develop into that just prominent third player?
Okay, so here's the thing. I don't think he can. I don't think Aaron Gordon, Keegan Murray is a comparison that works.
No, I'm not comparing the two in the sense of the players.
Third player.
I'm saying the third player.
And so I would say this. Keegan Murray is far more comparable, obviously, to Michael Porter Jr. As far as just tall guy shot. Their styles are fairly similar. Their numbers, actually rookie year, Keegan was a year older, so you have to allow for that, and he played in 25 more games. But Keegan Murray actually had arguably a better rookie year than Michael Porter Jr. did. And he was, of course, dealing with other stuff. But their numbers, rebounding-wise, assist-wise, Keegan's got him on scoring, same exact amount, half a block a game. I mean, they're very, very similar. So if we allow for the fact that De'Aaron Fox is our Jamal Murray, Sabonis is our Jokic, Keegan is our Michael Porter Jr., and the Kings are just kind of beginning, and Mike Brown is our Malone, now we got to go find our Aaron Gordon. And we also have to go find our Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and we have to find our Bruce Brown, which is why.
And also let them develop for several years.
Let them develop. But that's the thing. I do not believe the starting lineup / 8-man rotation now is going to be the starting lineup / 8-man rotation.
No, you'll probably see about 3 players.
I agree with you. And I think that this summer, if I had to guess, if the opportunity is there, just like last summer, Monty and co were looking for shooting, I think now they're looking for defense.
Let me be clear. When I say you'll have about 3, I'm talking about 4 or 5 seasons from now.
I completely agree with you. We'll take a break. When we come back, the NFL okayed, and we talked about this earlier, Thursday night football flexing. They okayed another rule that very much could affect your San Francisco 49ers, certainly would have last year. We'll tell you what next.
Sactown Sports is Sacramento's new home for the San Francisco 49ers.
It feels awesome. We deserve this. Let's go, Niners!
Purdy.
Purdy going to throw, and it is Kittle in the back of the end zone.
Samuel.
Debo 10. Debo. Touchdown!
And McCaffrey.
Touchdown! CMC!
They all live here on Sactown Sports.
Your official home for 49ers football.
All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Start planting your garden this weekend with Bonnie 11.8-ounce vegetables. Buy 4 for $10. Plus, liven up your patios and decks with fresh blooms. Select 1.5-gallon hanging baskets or 2 for $20. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/17. In-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by the Roseville Auto Mall.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Tuesday forecast starts out nice and cool thanks in part to that Delta breeze. We'll head through the afternoon much cooler today under mainly sunny skies planned for highs in the low 80s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Right now at the Roseville Auto Mall, we've got the best Memorial Day savings and selection we've had in years. Head out to Eureka Road off I-80 and kick off summer with a new car, truck, or SUV during the giant Memorial Day sale at the Roseville Auto Mall. Driven to be the best.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. Want to talk to you about my friends at American Energy. We can all agree on one thing. Your time is important. That's why at American Energy Heat and Air, they make shopping for a new air conditioner easier with their new online quoting tool. Now, all you have to do, go to AmericanEnergyAir.com and get an instant quote today. It'll help you determine what system you'll need to get and provide those great pricing options they have, the best pricing options, all from the comforts of your home without having somebody coming to your house. Visit AmericanEnergyAir.com. Check out how easy it can be. Or if you want to give them a call and talk through what your specific needs are, call 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
It's a myth to think you don't play golf well enough to get fitted for golf clubs. The professionals at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio would argue that playing the game with golf clubs properly fitted to your body and swing characteristics is the best way to improve your game and have more fun on the golf course. With a professional staff of fitters, all the major brands of equipment, and cutting-edge technology featuring TrackMan, the indoor-outdoor Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is worth a look. See for yourself. Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway. Schedule your fitting at 916-808-2531. 808-2531.
With a really nice selection of excellent cars and trucks on the lot every day, M&S Auto on El Camino Avenue, right off the Cap City Freeway, welcomes you. Repeat M&S customers come back because they get great vehicles and they save thousands. 4x4s, SUVs, American muscle cars, top-selling vehicles, fair deals for way less than a brand new car. First-time buyers are welcome. MSAutogroup.com.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
No look, Bibby to Weber, down the lane, flying jam. There's your play of the night right there. It's inside is Sabonis, a two-hand rip, a brilliant pass from De'Aaron Fox.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
I'm Nate Littlefield, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. The Denver Nuggets are heading to their first NBA Finals ever. Last night, they snuck out a Game 4 win against the Lakers, 113-111. And you can't mention the Nuggets winning without mentioning LeBron James, of course. He played a full 48 minutes and had 40 points, 9 assists, and 10 rebounds. Jokic put up an NBA playoff record 8 triple-double. The opponent of Denver could be decided tonight in Miami. The Heat take on Boston for Game 4. Miami currently leads the series 3-0 and are favored by a measly 1.5 points tonight. Tip-off is at 5:30 p.m. Those are the headlines. Let's get back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross and special guest host Jay Marks.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
All right, welcome back. If you want to watch us, participate in the chat, hang out, go to YouTube. Just search KHTK or Sactown Sports.
Or participate at your own risk.
And, hey, hit like, subscribe. You can call us from Mitch. Hi, Mitch. Turn your radio down.
Hey, John, how you doing?
I'm good, Mitch. How are you?
I do a little landscaping.
Did you say manscaping?
I'm on vacation, but I still have to get it done.
Okay. Well, good luck. We're all counting on you.
I know I never have grass around, California with all those nice landscaping jobs you got out there. First, I love Malone. Is this the same Malone from before? It's nice when you have talent. They have a big team. And you say Keegan's what, 6'8"? I mean,
yeah.
Michael Porter goes like 5'6", 10". I know you drafted his brother, but of course, luck. I hope he somehow make it back in the NBA. I don't know with the Kings, but we have to get a bigger team. And I think with just two players, a good best player available, and go after a backup center or a wing, and see how Barnes plays. But with LeBron, there's no way he's going to retire. It's just fodder. It's just something to talk about. I think he's missed more games his whole career than Anthony Davis. No, I think I have that reverse. I think he's missed less games in 1 year than Anthony Davis has done his whole career. Easy.
Yeah.
How many times has he been at the AL list? Maybe twice?
Yeah.
No way. I think he can play another team. And not only he has Bronny, I hope he can stay more than 1 year at USC, but he has another son, 6'6", freshman. He left. He's leaving Sierra Canyon. He's 15, going to go to some other high school. I'm trying to remember which one, Cathedral it's called. The tuition is only $50,000 a year, so I think another reason for him to play more than 2 years. I think he's going to play maybe, I'm hoping to play another 10. They'll have every record in the books, even an assist record.
Yeah.
No way, LeBron. I mean,
he's not retiring.
No, he's not. No way.
No, thank you for the comment. He said he's not going to play because of his father? Did you hear that?
Wait, whose father? There was a lot of takes there.
I could have sworn he said LeBron's not playing because of his father.
I don't think he said that. I didn't hear that.
Where do you say LeBron not playing is fodder?
Fodder.
Oh, fodder.
Fodder.
Yeah. I heard something about Mike Malone drafting his brother or something.
That was the other one. Like Michael Porter Jr.'s, we drafted his brother? Or was he talking about?
I thought he said
Murray's?
Malone.
Who's the other Malone he was referring to? He referred to two Porters and two Malones.
Jeff?
Was dad Brendan Malone was an NBA head coach? Hey, speaking of Michael Malone, he definitely would carry a third quarterback if he were an NFL head coach.
Mitch's calls are like an audio plexer.
I
like
love
you
Mitch's.
have to.
Well, what was the thing about the landscaping too?
He's landscaping. What do you mean?
Yeah, but he said California.
At first, I thought he said manscaping.
In Jersey, there's not a lot of grass in Jersey.
Visual.
Or is there? It's the Garden State.
I want my mommy. The emergency third quarterback rule was passed by the NFL, and that really comes from the Niners-Eagles NFC title game. That was the impetus to passing this. I don't know. Look, roster spots, even though there's a ton of them on an NFL team per se, remember, you've got a starting 22. You have 11 and 11. People say, well, NBA only has 14. Baseball, 25. Okay,
I think people think like they're trying to fill out the end of an NFL roster like you do when it's like down to the last kids in kickball that aren't great.
Right.
I guess him and I guess her.
No, it's honestly, if there's an argument, I would actually argue on increasing roster size.
For sure.
You have 11 on offense, 11 on defense, and almost zero crossover, if no crossover. Then you have an entire special teams. And you're also playing in a sport that has a massively high injury rate.
Because people hate each other.
Yeah.
Hard.
So my thing is, screw it. Increase rosters to 75. You got the salary cap to work with. Or what about this? Off the top of my head, probably a bad idea, but can't think of it this second. What if you gave each team an unlimited roster? Like literally you could have 500 players. I mean, obviously you wouldn't, but you have a hard cap. What's the downside to that? Hard cap. You got to figure it out, but you want to carry 70 players? You want to carry 90 players? You want to carry 60? You want to carry 45?
Quite the hard cap.
That's what I'm saying.
Have to raise that.
You have to figure it out, but who cares?
Anyways, third quarterback.
Yeah, what you don't want. My point is, what you don't want is you don't want a situation like last year,
right?
Where you have a team like the 49ers through bad luck, wasn't anything on the Eagles. They did what they were supposed to do, but the Niners through injury luck end up having Brock Purdy go out. Josh Johnson had the concussion. Who am I forgetting?
That was Purdy and Johnson. The only two
Was that it? That's right.
Garoppolo was hurt.
So you have a situation.
Was hurt.
If you go back now, that's a situation where maybe they have Garoppolo on emergency standby. Or I don't think Lance was ready yet, but you could have, if he was, you have him on emergency standby, or you have a third quarterback.
That was more to me the instance of, okay, could Garoppolo in an absolute break glass in case of emergency situation been ready to go? I don't have that answer. But having an emergency third quarterback, because people forget Josh Johnson did get hurt in that game.
Yes, he did.
And it's not like, I don't think having that emergency third quarterback would have won the game for you.
I don't either.
But I think the bigger thing there is, A, you're sending a quarterback out there hurt, and B, let's say Josh Johnson couldn't actually get back into the game. Like, just wasn't a thing. Like, the injury was like broken leg type thing. Not out of the realm of possibility, obviously.
Right.
Now your backup quarterback is Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
And now,
should never happen.
And that's the bigger point.
Never ever happen.
Now you're subjecting one of your star players to injury.
And you had what ended up being an absolute nightmare all the way around. You had the two best teams in the NFC by a long shot. This was the matchup everybody wanted to see. You had the two best teams in the NFC, and one of them, due to injuries, was absolutely and completely non-competitive. There was nothing you could do. It was over. Once Purdy got hurt, much less Josh Johnson. Once Purdy got hurt, Josh Johnson wasn't going to do anything.
No.
But they did not have the ability to do anything. You have Purdy come back in, and all he can do is hand off the ball, and everybody knows that. You know what? Bottom line is it's almost dangerous. And there's no precedence. And I would love to ask Kyle Shanahan that. I think the answer would be no. I'm sure the answer would probably be no. But I just, if it would have been allowed, if it would have been accepted, I wonder if at any point during that game Shanahan would have said, you know what, I'm throwing in the towel. I'm throwing in the towel. I'm going to protect my guys. There's no chance. It's like a boxer who has all the heart in the world, but you're in the 7th round. He's getting the hell kicked out of him, and you want to think about the future, and you want to think about his career, and you stop the fight because there's just no chance. There was no chance of the Niners coming back. Not even the whole, hey, it's sports, anything could happen.
I understand where you're going with that, but do you think players have been like, okay,
I think players would have been pissed.
Yeah, that's my point.
I think players would have been absolutely pissed.
And I don't think players would have ever gone with that.
And you know what?
They'd have been like, all right, coach, you got a locker room. Hand over the clipboard, please. I'll call the plays.
And if I'm Kyle Shanahan, I go into that locker room and I say, I know every single one of you is upset at me, and I don't blame you. But here's the thing. I love you guys, and it's more important than this. We weren't winning. And that's no disrespect, but they weren't winning. So we're just sending you out to get beat up and possibly injured.
And I think they'd rather get beat up than possibly injured.
And you know what? And the boxers most times.
And you want to talk about losing the locker room? Yeah, that's how you lose a locker room.
Boxers also, by the way, always want to continue.
Exactly.
They never want the towel thrown in.
But I don't think anyone would, I don't think you had 11 guys out there concussed. Like, more.
No, it was just a sad situation. I think even in part for Eagles fans, all the trash talk. And
I disagree on that.
Listen, you have the ding-dongs on social media. Then you have the ding-dongs in the stands. And yes, Philadelphia Eagle fans are for the most part ding-dongs.
You have the ding-dongs in the bars.
Right.
You have the ding-dongs at the restaurants.
But I also wonder if deep down, look, they'll take the win. But if deep down if I'm an Eagles fan or any fan that was facing the Niners in that situation, so look, we'll take the win. And I'd rather win with them injured than lose with them full strength for sure. But I think we could have kicked their butts with them full strength. And I wish nobody had gotten hurt. And maybe we win 31-14, 31-21. I'd rather have that win than a win with an asterisk.
I mean, I'm sure there's no win with an asterisk.
I'm just saying I think it stunk for everybody.
Yeah, but again, if you're an Eagles fan, all you care about is we're going to the Super Bowl. I don't think you're like, damn, we're going to the Super Bowl, but it'd have been way funner if we got to the Super Bowl with beating them at full strength. I think when you're in a title game like that, and same thing with the Super Bowl, right? Like, let's say this happens in the Super Bowl, and whoever Team A's star quarterback goes down, and that's kind of all she wrote. Like, you're not going to sit there and be like, man, I wish we would have won that Super Bowl with them healthy. All you care about is winning the title.
Well, the bottom line is you want to avoid this situation.
Yeah.
And that's where I think the Niners are probably, of all teams in the NFL, I'd have to check everyone's roster. But the Niners, of all the teams in the NFL, are probably the best suited for this new rule because you have a possibility of having 3 legit startable quarterbacks. This This isn't Brock Purdy and Josh Johnson.
Well, the thing is, not even a legit possibility. All three have started.
Yes, and all three are young still, and all three are, well, two of them are highly regarded. One's the incumbent starter who people like better than the other two. But you have Brock Purdy, and if he, again, I don't know what the depth chart's going to be, but just out of my butt, Brock Purdy, he gets hurt. Darnold or Lance, they get hurt. Lance or Darnold, whoever the other one was. And I like that scenario for last year, for example, a heck of a lot better than if Brock Purdy gets hurt, it's Josh Johnson's game to lose. And Josh Johnson's been, crocheting on the sideline for 16 games or doing whatever.
16 years.
Yeah, right. Like, I mean, I've always tried to defend the guy. That's more on Shanahan and Lynch than poor Josh Johnson is practicing. He's on the scout team, he's doing all the things he's supposed to do. What the hell do you expect? You can't ask a cow to bark.
No.
That Josh Johnson is what he is. It's not their fault. It's not his fault. We'll take a break. When we come back, the Nuggets, our Nuggets, going to the NBA Finals for the first time in franchise history. We'll look back on last night's game and a little bit ahead as well, including some records being set by Denver. We'll do that next.
Check out the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa every week on Sactown Sports. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people who play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf. It's the Golf to Go Hour every week with Frank LaRosa on Sactown Sports. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility. Nature Wood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
Finding great people to hire can be like trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Their powerful matching technology delivers so many qualified candidates. It's like finding a needle in a needle stack. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. For less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Nick Cattle's reminding you that not all grills are created equal. Start your grilling season right with the amazing Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers from Green Acres Nursery and Supply. My Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grill, it's turning me into a pro. Just ask my friends that came over a couple weeks ago for my get-together. Napoleon Grills features other grills that just can't match. Built different, built better, built to last. I may never want to cook indoors again. All made with premium steel that boasts absolute quality. Go to Napoleon.com for your nearby Napoleon Grills dealer. Napoleon Grills, now is the time for the best selection of grills and fine accessory.
They bleed black and purple. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on your local sports leader, Sactown Sports.
Willie, who comes in. Willie's always got something to say in the chat. I appreciate that, although I disagree with 95% of it. But he does say singers Jill Scott, the late Phyllis Hyman, and Gino's Philly cheesesteak. The only good things I love that came from Philly.
Wow, shade at Rocky.
Rocky? What about Kevin Hart?
Yeah.
Right? That was good that's come from Philly. The Bell.
The Liberty Bell.
Yeah. Cream cheese, which I don't believe I think that was invented in New York. Philly cream cheese.
Okay. That's good.
Philadelphia cream cheese. But I think it was a New York thing, so let's scratch that.
Greasing light poles comes from Philly.
I mean,
troll.
I'm just saying that.
I know you're just saying
something cool.
Good game last night between the Nuggets and Lakers. Back and forth, back and forth. LeBron James started out on fire.
James sets, fires, connects. 21 here in the first quarter.
My goodness. The LeBron James started out amazing. Nikola Jokic. The LeBron James. Jokic was unconscious as usual, including this deep soccer throw-in of a two-pointer.
Jokic picked up by Davis. Takes a tough three. Got it right at the horn! Oh, man! They're calling it a 2. Mark Davis changed it to a 2.
I mean, honest to God, it was a soccer throw-in. It was like from behind his head.
Ridiculous.
I don't know how the heck he did it. I don't know how he did it. LeBron James wasn't done in the fourth.
James brings up the ball, much like Jokic doing it for Denver. James drives on Jokic, gets inside. Bucket for James. He's got 40.
Jokic wasn't done either.
KCP gets it into Nikola Jokic, guarded by Davis. He puts it on the floor, gets the elbow. Down the lane, layup, good! Nuggets lead at 113.
Layup, good!
Didn't it sound like Phil Hartman doing the caveman?
Layup,
good! Oh, score, good!
Keegan mad.
The final from the Nuggets Radio Network.
This is going to go fast, people. Pay attention. Austin Reeves look in. 4 seconds left. 2 points ties it up. LeBron in the paint. Layup, no good. Got his own board. There's the horn. And the Denver Nuggets, for the first time in franchise history, will go to the NBA Finals. Oh, my God. They swept the Lakers.
Wow.
It's a lot happening there.
Jason Kosmicki. I hope I'm pronouncing
love
it
Jason
right.
Cos.
Entering his 29th season with the team. He sounds younger, to be honest with you.
A lot of energy there.
How about that? Spent 7 years living in Germany, it says here. Moved back to the States at age 11 and had to relearn the English language. Eventually attended the University of Nebraska at Kearney.
Wow.
Yeah, how about that?
How about that?
You weren't expecting Jason Kosmicki.
Was not.
Knowledge.
Was not on my bingo card.
The voice of the Nuggets. Here's the Laker version.
Reeves holding. James comes out of the pack. James on the drive. Goes inside. Stop. Shot block. Gets it back. It's over. Denver makes history. The Nuggets are going to the NBA Finals for the first time in franchise history.
Okay, that wasn't the Laker Network. That was
Kind of is. National media.
I see what you did
I thought
there.
you were setting
Look
that
at
up.
you, Nate. Well done.
I see what you did there. Darvin Ham.
James's brother.
Yes, James's brother Darvin.
I did get clarification on what our friend from Jersey said, Mitch, when he was talking about brothers.
Yeah.
He was talking about Chris Murray, the Kings drafting Keegan's brother.
That's okay.
That's what he snuck in.
What
there.
we were landing on, I just wasn't sure. And he said fodder, not father, right?
He definitely said fodder.
Faja. I got you.
I just needed to clarify that.
Here's Darvin Ham.
Coming into next year, there's going to be expectations, as it should be, within this organization and what this organization has meant to the NBA and to the world of sports as a whole. You know, each and every individual, each and every player, coach, any person, front office person, any person working for our organization, we got to see how we can take this momentum and taking it to an even higher level, to the point where we're the ones that's outside celebrating.
Well, and what he's saying is, so they built to this point. They want to get to the next point. But the bottom line is for Darvin Ham is, what is he going to do to ensure that the point between here and there works and helps improve the team? In short, Ham's going to need to make a sandwich of success in order to be where the Nuggets are.
That was very Michael Scott of you. Like super Michael Scott.
Ham sandwich.
I got it. No, definitely got it. Carmichael Scott.
Last name's Ham. Here's Jamal Murray.
We just want to make the most opportunity for us Nuggets team to do that. You know, we want to go all the way and stay locked in. I think, you know, our chemistry is at all-time high. The way we play, the way we read the game without even speaking. We talk that language on the court, and it's just beautiful basketball. Honestly, you know, it's so fun to play with this team and with him and with, you know, the coaching staff that has, you know, groomed us into the team that we are. So we got 4 more wins to go.
We played earlier the whole got a lot to think about from LeBron. Interesting to compare this next quote, though, Jay, with what Giannis said after the Bucks lost, and is this season a failure? Now you listen to what LeBron says.
I don't have to say it's a successful year because I don't play for anything besides winning championships at this point in my career, and you know, I don't get a kick out of making a conference appearance. I've done it a lot. And it's not fun to me to not be able to be a part of, you know, get to the finals. But
I think it goes to show that Giannis quote is all about context, right?
I think it is, because you also have to look in, because there's going to be a lot of Giannis, LeBron, but look at the context, as you said. LeBron's saying at this point in my career.
Right.
That's
20 years in.
That takes care of
He's
the
got
whole
4 titles.
Yeah, that's the whole. LeBron James is honestly, LeBron James wasn't playing the Nuggets. LeBron James wasn't playing the Warriors. LeBron James isn't playing any of those people. LeBron James is playing ghosts.
Right.
That's it. His opponents are all ghosts.
His opponents are guys that have more rings than him.
That's it. And I'm not talking living dead. I'm talking career-wise. He's playing for history. Giannis is still writing his history and has probably more of it to write ahead of him than behind him. Not so for LeBron when it comes to basketball. 47 minutes and 56 seconds LeBron James played. Keep in mind, a regulation time for a game is 48 minutes.
Yeah, they took about 4 seconds left in the first half.
Was LeBron load managing for those 4 seconds, and does he need to spend more time in the offseason getting in shape?
I'll tell you this. He looked ungodly in that first half, putting up 31.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought to myself, like, this isn't sustainable. Someone's going to have to pick up the slack in the second half.
Yes.
I felt like he needed to go for 50 for them to win, and he went for 40.
I think you're right.
And I really felt there was a failure, and this kind of just illustrates the overall issue. And I noticed this in the fourth quarter a lot. There were 3 plays that really stuck out to me. Number 1, he has the ability to go one-on-one. He does. He kicks out to Schroeder. Miss. I think next play. Goes one-on-one, gets in the paint, kicks out to Hachimura, open 3. Miss. Again, these are the correct basketball plays, but I think he really wanted to take the ball to the cup and just didn't have it in him, so he makes the right basketball play. And then there was another one where he's like this was real late, spending the time surveying the floor.
Yeah.
Jokic is on him. I'm like, go to the basket. Jokic can't keep up with you even if you're gassed. But he ends up trying to go around, ball goes out of bounds, takes a bad shot. The dude was just gassed, man.
I think what's interesting when you look at the score, because I agree with you. And by the way, Rui Hachimura and Dennis Schroeder were a combined 8 of 25.
Davis didn't shoot great either from the floor.
No, he was 6 of 15, but at least he had 21 and 14 with 3 blocks. Here's what I found interesting. If you told me the Lakers were going to shoot 46.5% from the field, 40% from the line, or excuse me, 40% from behind the arc, 88.5% from the line with 26 attempts to the Nuggets 22. They only turned the ball over 6 times. Their starters, who all played 40 minutes or more, except for Schroeder, who played 38, combined for 4 turnovers, and they lost.
Yeah.
They played an incredibly efficient game that just goes to show you the Nuggets have so many different ways to beat you.
And that's the point I was getting at when I said the different LeBron kicks out to Schroeder and Hachimura miss. There were late game situations, especially last night, where you found Jokic finding Aaron Gordon on the lob or finding him down low to get to the line.
Yeah.
He has Jamal Murray. Jamal didn't have the best fourth quarter last night, but has shown before he can put that team on his back. Michael Porter Jr. shown he can score big buckets. And Jokic himself really last night just took it. He decided to take it upon himself. I'm going to get baskets here in the fourth. To your point, Nuggets should have more weapons, man. It's that simple.
By the way, the starting lineup, the Nuggets had 8 blocks, including 3 by Jokic. That's pretty crazy. When we get back, Vivek was a finalist to buy the Ottawa Senators. He did not buy the Ottawa Senators. We'll tell you why. And we'll try to answer the questions as best we can about MLS and the A's. And why isn't Vivek trying to buy those? We'll get into that next.
Are you ready to hear this on Sactown Sports?
Hand off McCaffrey. Touchdown! San Francisco!
Or how about this?
Feel super, baby! The 5-time Super Bowl champions, and they're looking for number 6.
Catch every Niners game during the 2023 season
On your home for the 49ers.
Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Mercedes-Benz of Stockton.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Tuesday forecast starts out nice and cool thanks in part to that Delta breeze. We'll head through the afternoon much cooler today under mainly sunny skies planned for highs in the low 80s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Mercedes-Benz of Stockton welcomes you to our Memorial Sales event. Take the short drive to Stockton and see what the true Mercedes-Benz car buying experience is really about. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton welcomes you to explore the ownership experience you've been missing.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sep Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is. Live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sep Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sep's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey guys, did you know June is Men's Health Month? Prioritize your health and address those issues you've been ignoring. Revive Men's Health Sacramento has guaranteed low T and ED solutions. Book your free exam and T-check today and save $199. And find out how you can get a free 1-month supply of custom ED medication. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com today.
It's the Folsom Lake Ford Memorial Day Sell-a-thon. Get low finance rates and Memorial Day bonus cash now through Monday. With their biggest and best selection in years, shop Folsom Lake Ford, 35 years in the Folsom Auto Mall.
Kevin Lewis of National Garage Door. Whether you need to repair a broken spring, install a new opener, or buy a quality Rainer door, National Garage Door is here for you. Call us today to see how we can transform your house with a new garage door.
638-4554 National Garage Door.
Selling your home can be stressful. Scott Marsh here to tell you about Bridgehaven Homes. They are a local home buying company that offers homeowners an easier way to sell their home. Bridgehaven Homes gives you an all-cash offer for your home, no matter what the condition, within 24 hours. You pick the date you wish to close and sell on your terms. No repairs, no showings, and no realtor commissions. Call 916-299-6040. That's 916-299-6040 or bridgehavenhomes.com.
Are you tired of sky-high energy bills? Well, ACR Solar and Home Services can help you out. With over 40 years of experience, ACR Solar and Home Services is the name you can trust for all of your solar needs. Now, what makes them stand out? Well, they handle everything in-house, so you don't have to deal with any third-party contractors. And they don't just offer a one-size-fits-all solution. ACR Solar and Home Services customizes every solar system to meet your unique needs, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner. But that's not all. ACR Solar and Home Services also offers additional services like roofing, battery backup, and pool solar. So they truly are your one-stop shop for all things solar. Don't wait any longer to take control of your energy bills. Contact ACR Solar and Home Services today and start saving big with solar power. Believe me, you won't regret it. So go to acrsolar.com to find out more.
Save big on your new Silverado at Maida Chevy with big discounts off MSRP on a big selection. Plus, available 1.9% financing and no payments for 90 days. Find your savings on your Silverado at MaidaChevy.com. Find new roads.
I'm Craig Ashton of the injury law firm of Ashton & Price. Whether you've been injured on a bicycle, as a pedestrian in a slip and fall, auto, Uber, Lyft, or big rig accident, you need Ashton & Price in your corner. When you call Ashton & Price, there's no chatbot telling you to hit 3 for accounting. You're greeted by a real-life person who will immediately transfer you to an experienced attorney. The consultation's free, and there's never a fee until you win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Sactown Sports
Headlines.
I'm Nate Littlefield. These are your Sactown Sports headlines. Well, the Denver Nuggets are heading to their first NBA Finals ever. Last night, they snuck out a Game 4 win against the Lakers, 113-111. And of course, you can't mention the Nuggets winning without mentioning LeBron James. He played the full 48 minutes, had 40 points, 9 assists, and 10 rebounds. Jokic put up an NBA playoff record 8th triple-double, passing Wilt Chamberlain. The opponent of Denver could be decided tonight in Miami. The Heat take on Boston for Game 4. Miami currently leads the series 3-0 and are favored by a mere 1.5 points tonight. Tip-off for that game is at 5:30 p.m. Those are the headlines. Let's get back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross and special guest host Jay Mars.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
Vivek is no longer our a hope to buy the Ottawa Senators hockey team. Now, in the past few months, you've heard him.
By the way, that's not some Canadian Congress.
No, the Ottawa Senators are one of the most I don't know, storied, but they're a core franchise of the NHL. Now, keep in mind, by the way, don't get excited. And we said this when the news first broke that he was involved. That part of the deal in buying the team, they would remain in Canada. This was not buying a team to move to Sacramento. Same thing, by the way, with Chelsea when he was involved there. Chelsea, it's nothing to do with Sacramento other than the guy who owns the Kings is trying to buy another team. Now, the Chelsea thing, I don't know how serious that was. The Ottawa thing was serious. And he's already bought the River Cats. So there's a thirst there to acquire more sports franchises. And in seeing this news, and anytime this news comes up, it's easy to know where on this station in this town where the conversation is going to go. So let's start with MLS. MLS, which is owned by our guy Kevin Nagel.
In the Republic.
What did I say?
You said Kevin Nagel owns MLS.
Yes, he does. Breaking news.
I think Sacramento would have a team if Kevin Nagel owned MLS.
He has bought all of MLS, and
all 30 franchises are
all
his.
coming to Sacramento. Yes, Kevin Nagel owns the Republic in the USL. Jeez, David. Thank you, Jay. Because someone would have spent the rest of the day going, I didn't know that.
Wow, Kevin Nagel's got deep pockets, man.
And he is days away, knock on wood, Nagel is, from being approved as the new owner of the English Champions League or Championship League, Huddersfield Town Terriers. So let's address number one, which is, well, why isn't Vivek joining forces and why are they not working on an MLS team? And the answer to the question, truthfully, is I don't know. I don't. And on the list of people that would know, I'd be one of them. And I don't. I think there's
politics. Seems like there's
a lot there.
That there's probably some politics there that.
But I would say this.
I'll throw one more thing out there.
Yeah.
Though, and maybe you do know about this one.
Mm-hmm.
The MLS doesn't seem like a great investment right now.
Well, great transition because Joe Pompliano, I say before, is a great follow on Twitter. Does a lot of sports business stuff, but without the Revellian nature.
Sure, he's not a jerk.
Yeah. So San Diego is your newest MLS team.
Yay.
The expansion fee is $500 million. And to put that in context, that's more than the current valuation of Premier League clubs like Newcastle United, Leeds, Aston Villa, and Crystal Palace. And nearly 70% of all MLS teams still lose money every year. For example, the most valuable MLS clubs, LAFC is $1 billion, LA Galaxy $925 million, Atlanta $850 million. But the most operating income, LAFC, $8 million. DC United, $8 million. Atlanta United, $6 million. Least operating income, Vancouver, negative $15 million. Toronto, negative $15 million. Chicago Fire, negative $18 million. One last piece of context. The two teams that came in 2020 to MLS. 2020. Their expansion fees were $150 million.
2 years ago.
San Diego, $500 million, which is the third team to come in since 2020. $200 million, $300 million, $500 million. MLS, look.
Also, just real quick.
Yeah.
So $500 million. The number 28 team, Colorado Rapids, were $350 million at an operating income of negative $5 million.
Negative $5 million. They're worth $150 million less than the expansion team San Diego paid to get into the league.
Denver, I believe, is a bigger market too.
You just signed I believe, decade-long contract with Apple TV
That might not be around in a decade, by the way.
For MLS rights, pretty much exclusively. And the MLS, they tried this version of Red Zone now, the whip around coverage. You know how many viewers on YouTube they had?
14.
24,000.
24,000. I didn't understand that concept. Again, I'm not a soccer guy, so I'm like, that doesn't feel.
No, because how are you going to know when someone's.
That's my point. Like, I do know that much.
It's silly. So it's not like you have increased TV revenues around the corner. This is what it's going to be for 10 years. You're going to get a bump with the World Cup. There's no doubt about that. You're going to get a bump in valuations. There's no questioning there. But you have an entire American system based on no promotion, no relegation, which is a poison pill built in on its own. That's number one. Number two, the more I learn about MLS, the more it's just, and let me be clear. It's what I was going to say. Sacramento gets an MLS team. I'm still rooting for it. It's good for the city. It's not my money. I'm going to be.
And who knows? It may perform well, operate above.
Sure. But $500 million, because right now MLS their main income is expansion fees. And then they split them amongst the owners.
Dude, that's an MLB expansion team, which is a much more prestigious and well-established league.
Name for me successful American leagues. I'm talking about sports leagues. Name for me successful American sports leagues in which the league isn't considered either the best or right there with the best in the world when it comes to that sport. NFL is the best football in the world, correct? American football.
Yes.
Major League Baseball as a whole, that's where everybody goes. Apologies to Japan and other places, but MLB is where it's at. NBA, great leagues around the world that have popped up or that have flourished over the last decades. But the NBA is the
You can make an argument the USFL and XFL are more successful than any other football league.
You could
That's not outside of the United States.
I mean, that's the thing, dude. The MLS in itself is probably Christopher Laud, you're the local soccer expert. Just thumbs up, thumbs down. Is he locked in? Okay. Chris, you're the local soccer expert. Thumbs up, thumbs down from the back. I'll relay your answer to everybody. MLS competition-wise is probably somewhere around third-tier English soccer, maybe second. He says correct. That's what it is. And we're not, that's arguing that English isn't the best. You've got La Liga, you've got Serie MX, you've got all kinds of other leagues, Italy, on and on, Serie A. Third-tier English. Americans do not, for the most part, enjoy third-rate sports. That's why you've got better deals with NBC for Premier League coverage, because that's top of the pops. Champions League, UEFA, top of the pops. That's not MLS. To me, MLS is a terrible bet. So that's the whole Vivek thing. I'm getting off on an MLS tangent. I'll take your questions, Nate.
Yeah, I got a question about Vivek owning multiple franchises. What, as far as I know, owning a sports franchise, you lose money, right? So what? Right? Isn't it a major investment? Like
the bulk of your income overall comes from an equity increase in your purchase. To your point, but you have to sell that team or borrow against it in order to realize that. That doesn't mean that there aren't clubs out there, many that are making a yearly
What
profit.
did Vivek pay for the Kings? Some $500-600 million.
No, you're talking about Vivek personally or the conglomerate.
What was the team evaluation?
550, I want to say 565.
Yeah, it's worth $2.32 billion.
Yeah,
but you have, but exactly, but it's like your house.
That's how most people have their net worth.
You have to sell it or you have to borrow against it to realize. But there are yearly profits realized for many teams.
I've always heard that owning a franchise is very secondary, almost a hobby compared to what the main, besides guys like Mark Davis or Jerry Jones, that's their main thing, is that they own the franchise.
Say that again?
Like
oil's Jerry Jones' main thing.
Yeah. But what were you saying though?
Being like a billionaire that owns a franchise, that's always like their secondary thing. Like they don't care. Like they care, but they don't. It's not
vanity.
It's a toy, but I think the idea that they lose money on a regular basis.
But there's a lot of money to be made.
Yeah.
Because we have to go. I missed the whole, I need to address the A's thing, but I can do that real quickly. You might have seen John Fisher recently at a game. Now, I don't have any inside knowledge here, but I don't think that's not a mistake. From what I understand,
I don't think they just kick it and go drink wine together.
No. From what I understand, from what I have heard, totally separate from Vivek, is that as long as John Fisher owns the team, keyword, as long as John Fisher owns the team, key phrase, he's not coming to Sacramento. He has no interest in Sacramento. It's a non-starter. He won't even talk about it. It's a non-starter. Mark Davis had a better chance of coming to Sacramento with the Raiders because at least he'd entertain the conversation than John Fisher. Now, if John ever decides to sell the team, I swear to God, I would not only not be surprised, I would expect that Vivek would sniff around that, and unless it was something incredibly stupid, which it's John Fisher, he would get involved, as would Joe Lacob, as would probably others. But that's the best I can do to explain to you why it's the Ottawa Senators, it's Chelsea, it's not the A's, it's not the it's
availability
matters. Right, exactly. That's the best ability. We'll take a break. Who's hot? Who's not? And we're going streaking. I hope we'll do that next.
It's Cattles and Rami.
Their second pick was already traded, and the pick that went yesterday to Orlando, that was only protected in the Vucevic trade where they sent that one to Orlando.
That is a bad
That was only
trade.
protected. You don't have to tell me that, Kyle. You didn't have to rub the salt in the wound. I know that. It also cost them Wendell Carter Jr. and Franz Wagner. And now they are just out of the draft altogether.
What does the Bulls do, man?
I don't know.
Cattles and Rami. Weekday afternoons from 2 to 6 on Sactown Sports.
Memorial Day is coming, and Elk Grove Kia has deals you'll never forget, like the hottest all-electric EV on the market, the luxurious EV6. Save big with lease specials of $10,000 below MSRP. Not just one or two, but every EV6 in stock. EV's not your thing? How about the sporty 2023 Soul GT line that you can lease for just $99 per month? Come look at all our exciting specials at Elk Grove Kia. Don't worry about credit. No credit, bad credit, charge-offs, repos. Don't worry. Our team has over 100 years of experience. Others say no. Elk Grove Kia says yes. $7,500 Kia lease cash plus $2,500 dealer discount equals $10,000 total savings for EV6 all in stock Kia finance credit approval required. Not all will qualify. $99 plus tax, 24 month lease, $10K per year, 20 cents per mile over, zero security deposit required, $52.50 customer cash required, and signing residual of $17,781.95 subject to Kia finance, tier 1 approval. One of this payment GK 8781210-533 offer expires 5/31/23.
Turn your highway into a smile way. Elk Grove Kia.
Yeah, I'm so stressed. Our business is growing. We've got people all over now.
Ooma.
What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending the Ooma cloud phone system with auto attendant and more than 50 features.
Ooma?
Yep. Switching to Ooma is a cinch. Just $24.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Now you're feeling it. Find small business calm at ooma.com/radio. That's OOMA.com/radio.
You could throw your flip-flop at a bug.
Ew, a bug, get it.
But the chances of actually hitting it
Over there.
are statistically
It's still alive.
unlikely. Good thing nature's got your back. Stem bug killers combine powerful active ingredients found in plants, like lemongrass and geraniol, and scientifically engineer them into effective bug-fighting formulas, safe for use as directed around people, pets, and throughout the home. Stem, rooted in nature, optimized by science.
When you're ready to get properly fitted for golf clubs, join the thousands of Northern California golfers who visited the indoor-outdoor Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio. Players of all abilities found the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio offers answers to questions about golf club fitting. You'll find a professional staff of fitters, major equipment brands, and cutting-edge technology featuring TrackMan. See for yourself at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio, Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway. Call 916-808-2531 to schedule your fitting. 808-2531 for longer, straighter drives.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda. Yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Air and Solar, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Who's hot?
Who's hot? You guys touched on it earlier, those Jokic threes last night.
Yeah.
I would advise anybody listening to this show to go back and watch the highlights. The NBA posted all of his highlights last night. The first three...
Surprised they didn't post all of LeBron's first.
Yeah. The first three came right after the 9-minute mark, so about 8:45 in the second quarter. It was insane. I have the audio here. And then the second one came right under 3 minutes in the fourth quarter. So the second one was very clutch. But the audio doesn't do it justice, but we'll give it a shot.
Murray gets inside, back to Jokic. Shot clock winding down. Jokic has to put it up. High off and three. Oh, he knocks it down. Stepping backwards, falling backwards, and the shot clock expiring. Jokic has to put it up. Falling away, puts it up. Bang! Nikola Jokic knocks it down. His foot was on the line, a two-pointer. What a shot!
Jay, how would you describe those shots? If you could? Yeah. So that's
not even the stupidest one he took in the series.
The second
one he had
one
in game one where Davis just looks at him like, what the hell?
Yeah, that one towards the end of the fourth, the second three, I believe it was initially ruled a 2 because
they rolled it back to a 3.
Yeah, his leg flew around.
Yeah.
His leg was like 10 feet, it felt like, in front of the 3-point line, and all of a sudden it's behind it. And then for the first one, it almost looked like he traveled when you watch it live, but you go back and watch it, he gets the dribble in, he gets his step in, and just high arc, like Steph Curry, insane shot. So I'd recommend go check that out.
Yeah, he's a video game.
No, like legitimately, those are video game shots. Those are the shots your friend takes and makes to end the game when you're playing them on a video game and you just want to punch him in the face.
Yeah, like Nikola Jokic is the walking, breathing version of computer love.
Mm-hmm.
Catch up AI.
His CPU catch up.
Yeah, and again, we talked about this earlier.
They're down 15 the second half, going into the second half.
Yeah. Also, we brought this up earlier. I don't think there's a historical comparison to Nikola Jokic. I think
in all sports or just the NBA?
I think I would struggle. We said Tom Brady is the closest, and it's not
apples to apples.
Right, it's not. I don't think a guy who, as you said, Nate, got picked during a Taco Bell commercial, won 2 MVPs, should have won a third.
You know, no one knew that before. Did
you guys know that?
He dug that one.
No
out
idea.
This morning.
And who was on the verge, who's 4 wins away from a title. Yet also looking the way he looks. And what I mean by that is just you don't look at Nikola Jokic and go world-class athlete.
You don't think basketball for sure.
No, you certainly don't.
I guess the height, but besides that.
And just doesn't. When was the last time you saw a Nikola Jokic endorsement?
Oh man, that's a really good question.
Name one commercial you've seen Nikola Jokic in that wasn't an NBA preview?
You know what I was thinking about? Funny you mentioned the whole Taco Bell thing. How has that not been a partnership yet?
It's a no-brainer. But I'm sure he's done that. Where's Nikola? Where's the Air Jokic?
He doesn't have that charisma, I guess. I mean,
but that's the thing. He does. Nikola Jokic is a funny guy. He has a sense of humor. It's not an English speaking thing. He speaks English just fine.
Why are him and Pete Davidson not doing Taco Bell?
Right. Why is it right? There's so many. You know why? Because he doesn't want them.
I think the reason I say that is because I don't know, and that's because he's not doing them. So it's like a positive feedback loop. Yeah, I wish he would get more stuff, because the few things I have heard him say every once in a while, he is funny. He does have charisma. I shouldn't have said that.
I think there are some baseball comparisons, by the way.
Okay, give me one.
Told you, Mike Piazza was taken in the 62nd round.
Was Mike Piazza ever? Well, I mean, again, I'm nitpicking here, but was Mike Piazza ever considered the best player in baseball?
Yeah, there was a time, and that was actually one of the big reasons why
catcher.
That was a big reason why, he had the exit from the Dodgers, is he wanted to be basically, the Dodgers said, we're going to make you the highest paid player in baseball. Like, he's that good. And to him, it wasn't sufficient enough. It was a whole thing. But yeah, no, there was a time there in the mid to late 90s where you make the argument.
Okay. Piazza, Brady. I mean, we're skimming around. I think, and I've said this before, I think right now we should stop and admit or enjoy that we're watching two of the most unique NBA players in history, and Steph Curry and Nikola Jokic. There just aren't comps to both of them. Who's not?
Who's not? We're gonna take a shot at the Lakers here. D'Angelo Russell.
Oh, not.
You're a D'Lo fan?
No.
Okay. All right. Good. So he averaged 23.5 minutes per game. I believe he only started once, but shot 32% from the field, 2 for 15 from 3, and I'm just talking about just this Nuggets series. That's 13% from 3, and he scored. Yeah, it's not very good.
Woof.
He scored a total of. Let's guess how many points he scored in the
series.
Yeah, in the 4-game series.
26.
25. Good job, Jay. Nice. So yeah, I know there was a lot of talk about young core, Lakers future. I mean, he seems to kind of wear out wherever he goes pretty quickly.
So it was interesting because when they acquired him, late in the season, and even early in the playoffs, the talk was, man, Russell's really found his game in LA. He's really found his game.
Don't they do that everywhere he goes?
They definitely did that in Brooklyn. He made an all-star team.
They did that in Golden State, right? Or am I tripping?
No, I think he was they got him to move him.
All right,
but Minnesota made it seem like the Towns Russ pairing was going to be Hall of Fame worthy.
Breaking news, since we have a little bit left in the segment. I know we got to go streak.
I don't trust you with the breaking news.
No, not that. No, not that breaking news. Just thanks to Christopher Laud, executive of the executive producers, who just sent me this. Here's Nikola Jokic for Western Union 4 years ago.
Hey, yo, we should do something fun for Rucky's birthday.
We're going to be on the road.
I know, but he's definitely one of the best mascots in the world, so we got to do something for him.
Just use your Western Union app and send him some money.
Oh, to Rocky. It's on the way.
Nice.
I mean, De Niro.
Okay. All right. I take my charisma thing back from taking it back.
I think that was more on Jamal Murray, and they just didn't have chemistry in that commercial.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Did you hear how he spoke?
Meryl Streep.
He's worse than me.
What are you talking about, dude? You're basically talking about one of this generation's best actors.
Mascots in the world, so we got to do something for him.
Just use your Western Union app and send him some money.
He said the name wrong.
He said Western Union app. I heard it perfectly.
It was like Western Union app.
How is he not?
Restroom Union.
Jokic is definitely a piece of guy.
Let's go streaking, please. You guys are tough.
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking! Yeah! Who is the Nostradamus of MLB?
Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing?
We're streaking.
Do you think that killed it for the rest of his career, that one commercial?
No.
Okay.
Also, not a great spot to put it like Western Union.
Yeah.
Right. Come on. Bro, you had Vlade Divac star in a Schick Razor commercial, I want to say his rookie year with LA, and he barely spoke English. In fact, half his lines were in Serbian.
Great beard, though.
Wonderful beard.
And that's what matters.
Vlade has 1 o'clock shadow, not 5 o'clock shadow. Let's streak.
Hey, guys, real quick. Did Jason ever give us a player yesterday in the crosstalk? I have no one written down for him.
Oh, dang, no.
I don't think so. So Jason not participating. He's definitely protesting.
Well, that's good that his streak was broken then, because then there'd be some real controversy.
True. All right, let's start with me looking to get back at 1. I picked the old vet, the old grizzlied vet, Miguel Cabrera, who did not play.
Oh.
So I'll keep him until he plays, unless he doesn't play 2 games in a row. Okay. However, let's go to Nate and Dave. Dave, we'll start with you after Boba broke your streak of 4.
Stupid Boba
You went with Eugenio Suarez of the Seattle Mariners, who was playing the A's.
Eugenio.
Well, it was a smart pick. The Mariners put up 11 runs on the A's, and he had 2 hits yesterday. Nate, you also went with the Vets. You went to Pittsburgh.
We went old yesterday.
Yeah, you looked to get on your second game in a row. You went with Andrew McCutchen, who got you a hit.
Oh, thank you. I didn't have the drop ready, so that's good.
It's all good. So, Dave, you're at 1.
That's
Nate, you're
right.
at 2. I'm at 0. Jason is apparently protesting. Dave, who do you got today?
All right, Major League Baseball today. Unfortunately, I can't go with 2 A's in a row or 2 Seattle.
Why?
Can I go with 2 Seattles?
Yes, there's
in a row?
no rule against that.
You do love Seattle.
I do. Give me Jared Kalenic. Jared Kalenic of the Seattle Mariners.
Yeah, I'll put on a hit Kalenic today.
Hey,
Nate, who are you going with?
I believe I picked this guy before, but I'm going to go Tampa Bay's Yandy Diaz.
Andy.
Coming in handy for you.
And I'll be sticking with Miguel Cabrera. So there you have it.
Okay.
Maybe Jason will find him participating later today. Who knows?
Maybe not. We'll take a break. When we
tease.
come back, are the Denver Nuggets the most disrespected 1 seed in recent memory? We'll talk about the lack of coverage they get, lack of respect they get. We'll do it next. Sactown Sports.
The King season might be over, but Sactown Sports coverage never stops.
Expectations coming into the season and how we performed. I mean, it's one of the more special seasons that I've had in my 11 years.
Stay tuned all off-season to Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com for the latest Kings news.
All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Start planting your garden this weekend with Bonnie 11.8-ounce vegetables. Buy 4 for $10. Plus, liven up your patios and decks with fresh blooms. Select 1.5-gallon hanging baskets or 2 for $20. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/17. In-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
At the Zotex Memorial Day sale, you choose the offer. For a limited time, get 50% off all cabinet materials for your home and commercial kitchen remodeling projects, plus free home delivery when you purchase 5 or more cabinets. Or the awesome Mohawk Revwood waterproof laminate starting at $539 installed. Book your free quote today. Zotex is your one-stop shop for home improvement and renovation projects. Don't miss this Memorial Day weekend limited offer. With 6 showrooms, head to Zotex.com to find a location. Terms and conditions apply.
Zotex. Zotex.
At Hoblet Dodge Jeep Ram, we pride ourselves on honesty, integrity, and getting you a fair deal. Like the bigger dealerships, we sell great Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles, but that's where the similarities end. It's how we do business at Hoblet that's the difference. Our handshake is our signature here. If we tell you the truck will cost this much, that's what it'll cost when you get here. If we tell you we're going to sell it to you for a certain price, that's the price we're going to sell it to you for. Our customers come back to us because that's how we do business. If you're in the market for a great new Dodge, Jeep, or Ram, come and see us. We're Hoblet Dodge in beautiful Woodland, California. We're a short 20-minute drive from Sacramento. Come out and meet our great staff. We promise we'll treat you with respect and keep our word when you do business with us. We're Hoblet Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. You'll find us on Main Street in Woodland, California, USA. Thanks for dropping by. Again, if you want a dealership that prides themselves in honesty, integrity, and getting you a fair deal, you'll find it at Hoblet Dodge, Jeep, Ram.
Everyone loves to be outside, and so do mosquitoes. Protect yourself against mosquitoes and West Nile virus by following these simple tips. At least once a week, look around your yard and drain stagnant water from any containers where mosquitoes can breed. Remember to use an effective mosquito repellent, especially at dawn and dusk when mosquitoes are most active. Close all doors and be sure screens are in good working condition. At the Mosquito and Vector Control District, we're here to help. Visit us at FightTheBite.net.
For a business to thrive, there needs to be a constant stream of new customers. This happens through strong lead generation. Did you know that lead generation is one of the most important tools of any marketing campaign? Let us help you identify your target audience and market your products and services to them. To get started today, contact aimyourdigital.com. That's aimyourdigital.com and start seeing results today.
M&S Auto Sales is grateful for their many repeat customers. Ask one, and they might say they come back because it's the best car buying experience. Others come back to get the vehicle they want and save a ton of cash on a clean, late model, top-selling vehicle that they can be proud to own. The team at M&S Auto welcomes you, including first-time buyers. El Camino Avenue, just off the Cap City Freeway. MSAutogroup.com.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your new home for 49ers football in the 916.
Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
I'm Nate Littlefield, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. Well, the Denver Nuggets are heading to their first NBA Finals ever. Last night, they snuck out a Game 4 win against the Lakers, 113-111. Of course, you can't mention the Nuggets winning without mentioning who else? LeBron James. He played the full 48 minutes, had 40 points, 9 assists, and 10 rebounds. Really close to a triple-double, but Jokic did have a triple-double, and he put up an NBA playoff 8th triple-double to break Wilt Chamberlain's record. The opponent of Denver could be decided tonight in Miami. The Heat take on Boston for Game 4. Miami currently leads the series at 3-0, and they're favored by a mere 1.5 points tonight. Tip-off is at 5:30 p.m. Those are the headlines. Let's do the last hour of the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross and special guest host Jay Mars.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
This is going to go fast, people. Pay attention. Austin Reeves look in. 4 seconds left. 2 buckets. 2 points ties it up. LeBron in the paint. Layup no good. Got his own board. There's the horn. And the Denver Nuggets, for the first time in franchise history, will go to the NBA Finals. Oh, my God. They swept the Lakers. Wow.
Our friend Just Crick put this out on Twitter. I marked it down here.
Our friend? I've never met Tristan.
I meant like the Royal Hour.
Oh.
I like following her on Twitter. The ESPN current rundown after an hour of LeBron retirement talk went as follows. Time for the Celtics to break up Tatum and Brown. Kyrie to the Lakers. Celtics and Lakers sweep bad for the NBA. Are the Jets title contenders with Aaron Rodgers?
No.
None of that was the Nuggets. And that, again, was following an hour of LeBron.
So what's going to happen if they win the championship?
I hope they do.
Do they get a segment?
I hope they do.
Do they get one? Like, oh, by the way, in basketball news, the Nuggets are champions.
It's so silly. And look, it's not a market thing because Cleveland was all over the sports world when LeBron played there. Milwaukee, when Giannis played there, when they won the title. San Antonio.
OKC,
when they had Durant and Westbrook. It's that they haven't paid attention or respected Denver, and it's not like Denver doesn't have a superstar. They have the 2-time reigning MVP who finished second in MVP this year. And by the way, you got the preferable MVP. You think Joel Embiid would trade? Here's the thing. Here's a question. I'll answer my own question. You think Joel Embiid would trade his MVP for the Eastern Conference Finals MVP trophy? The answer is no. And that's the problem. And that's exactly why I'll take Nikola Jokic. Because he wouldn't. Deep down inside in places you just don't talk about at parties, Joel Embiid would not trade winning the MVP of the regular season for winning the Eastern Conference MVP. And do you have any doubt Nikola Jokic wouldn't? Of course he would, because he doesn't care about that stuff. He wasn't whining.
I think he cares, but he doesn't whine or talk about it. He goes out on the court and be like, okay, you're going to, and it goes out there and just goes off like a madman. It's different.
That whole MVP this year thing was stupid anyways.
It's been stupid the last several years.
Well, the last 2 years they got it right. It was Nikola Jokic. And now he heads on to the finals after sweeping the tentpole Lakers and LeBron James, the face of the NBA.
17 rings.
After LeBron just got done taking out the other face of the NBA and Steph Curry. So no Steph, no
and
LeBron.
Steph just got done taking out the other face of the NBA, De'Aaron Fox.
Malik Monk, but.
So none of those. What do you get? You get Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray,
Michael Porter Jr.,
Aaron Gordon, Michael Malone,
KCP, Stan Kroenke.
Sure.
By the way, he's had a great support year.
It's just simply, it is a lot. And by the way, I'm not saying this with judgment. You know, the term NBA casuals thrown around is an insult, but it's only an insult to people that aren't NBA casuals or don't consider themselves. In reality, most people are NBA casuals. We talked about this the other day. Most people are. Not everybody is as nutso as we are. Not everybody, and that's fine. In some ways, it's better. It shouldn't run your life like it does with us and people on listening right now. All of you, we're all nuts. That's okay to be an NBA casual. You could argue it's better. But the line of demarcation, or a real good line between NBA casual and true basketball fan, is if you'd rather see the Lakers or Warriors in the finals than the Nuggets. And by the way, I'm not counting Laker and Warrior fans either. Obviously, they want to, and that's fine. I'm talking about someone who doesn't have a dog in the fight.
If you're picking storyline over matchup.
If you're picking storyline, if you're picking narrative, if you're picking drama. You don't need the drama. By the way, Miami versus Denver might be one of the greatest finals in history. It might have a ton of drama. A ton of drama. I don't know what's going to happen. What if there's a big brawl in game one? What happens when the network execs and the producers all get a hold of? What happens when we see the Jimmy Butler, if we see the Jimmy Butler origin story? The Nikola Jokic tweet when he was 11 about how he didn't have anybody to play with.
I want to go back to your idea of what if we get a brawl? It'll be the most coverage the Nuggets have had all season.
You're right. And you know what? I think somewhere deep down inside, I think the Nuggets love it.
Of course they do.
It's
you have to.
It's motivation.
You can tell Mike Malone loves it by his post-game stuff.
He goes out and he bitches about it, but I think it's better motivation than anything he could provide verbally. There is nothing stronger in sports, in a sports locker room, than no one believes in us. It unites. It's us against the world. It's a great mentality to have, especially on the road. That's what every coach tries to encapsulate psychologically to his team, and the media is doing it for Denver.
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
And Michael has been talking about it all playoffs. Go back to game one when he's like, dude, Jokic is out here putting on the performance of a lifetime, and all we're getting is, hey, have the Lakers figured it out by putting Hachimura on Nikola Jokic for 6 possessions?
And I'll ask you guys a question here, and please take a second, because we got to take off all of our purple here. And I know we'll go streaking.
I actually have quite a bit on today.
Pound for pound. Pound for pound.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning game for game, minute for minute. Could you make an argument that the Sacramento Kings got more coverage than the Nuggets?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Because, because
of their opponent, though.
The beam, too. Like, the Kings had a lot going on this season.
Well, take out the Warriors. I understand what you're saying. Because they were in a series with the Warriors, it was instantly elevated. But I'm talking about from the start of the season till now. And
because of the story. Like I just said, it's all about what's the story? What's the storyline? Right. The Nuggets have been consistently good, right? Consistently good for probably about 4 or 5 years now.
People don't like that.
The Kings, exactly. It's boring.
Yeah.
Consistently good is super
boring. People don't like the Spurs. People don't like the Patriots.
A team with a little bit of personality that hasn't been to the playoffs in 16 seasons, people love that. They eat that stuff up.
They're lighting the laser?
Yeah. Pew. The beam. Laser beam. Not saying it's correct. I'm just telling you what it is.
We live in a ring culture that is more prevalent than at any other time in sports history.
Yes.
It's all about winning and it's all about rings. Yet here we have a team that won the Western Conference regular season that has just bulldozed their way through the playoffs. And it's still, you're almost waiting for the other shoe to drop, media-wise, coverage-wise, narrative-wise.
Because they're boring.
But that's what's funny. They're so not.
I know, on the court, they're not at all. They're really fun.
Michael Malone is incredibly entertaining, and he's a wonderful coach. Contavious Caldwell-Pope at one point was having issues showing up to games because he had a band around his ankle. What are those called when you a prison
ankle monitor?
Ankle monitor, and because he was having legal issues. Michael Porter Jr. broke his back, and a lot of people thought he couldn't play, would never play. Jamal Murray tore his knee up, and as we've heard from Michael Malone, came to him teary-eyed, thinking he was going to get traded. And by the way, goes ape, you know what, in the playoffs. Just crazy in the playoffs. Nikola Jokic was, as you said and informed us earlier, Nate, was drafted during a Taco Bell commercial.
It's McDonald's, I think.
And second-round pick, Taco Bell commercial, 2-time MVP, almost 3-time MVP, with a look, a body, a movement, all of that of a guy that is a YMCA pickup player. There's so many great stories about the Nuggets, including the way they play the game, which is a beautiful way they play the game.
You're forgetting one big one. They have DeAndre Jordan.
Stupid.
I have a list right here of some number 1 seeds. These are of the entire league. Curious if you guys think they're disrespected or more disrespected than the Nuggets, because that's kind of the overall question, right?
Who?
The Nuggets?
Who is more disrespected?
Oh, I have a bunch of number 1 seeds I want to give. Give you
please
some
do.
names.
I'm sorry.
So I know it gets dicey here, but what do you think about the 14-15 Warriors?
No, they weren't disrespected.
Okay, yeah, first-year head coach, a lot of young guys, right?
They weren't disrespected.
Yeah, okay. What about the year before that with the 13-14 Spurs, who beat the Heat 4-1?
Not disrespected.
I think disrespected, no, but I think definitely not underrated, but slept on.
Yeah,
Well,
okay.
but
That's disrespected, though.
Sure.
Yeah, but not in this way. Like the Spurs, there was also the narrative of, remember what happened in the finals where Allen hits the crazy 3, breaks their home.
Yeah.
Like that was a narrative all year. Like they were talked about.
Okay, so this is where things kind of start to get a little more interesting. The Bulls, the 11-12 Bulls, who lose in the first round.
Why am I
disrespected?
Were they disrespected going into the playoffs?
The Joakim Noah Bulls?
Yeah, but I don't think they were disrespected going into the playoffs.
Okay.
Okay.
We got the 09-10 Cavs, who lost in the Eastern Conference semis.
This was
No, they weren't disrespected. They were expected to. This was supposed to be LeBron's year in 10. His last year in Cleveland.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to jump all the way.
They crapped the bet against Boston.
This will be the last one. The 05-06 Pistons. I believe they're coming off a championship the year before, right?
2 years before.
2 years before.
Yeah, and I was going to say, I don't remember what seed the Pistons were the year they won the title, the Chauncey Billups style. Were they the 2 or the 3? And that is a simple. You've got, if it's Nuggets Heat, whoever wins it, they're going to be kind of in that same conversation, especially the Heat, with the Pistons and with the Mavericks, the years they won it. Depending on, by the way, what they do next year and the year after. But the Nuggets are just flat out getting disrespected. Flat out disrespected. And you know what? They're here for it. We'll take a break. When we come back, will it be sweep number 2 tonight in the East? We'll find out after this.
Catch the Oakland A's every weekend on Sactown Sports. Friday nights, Saturdays, and Sundays.
Sinking, that's going to get down for a hit. Around third to score is Tony Kemp. And the A's have taken the lead. Edge of the track makes the catch. And the Athletics get a great win.
Sactown Sports, your weekend home for the Oakland A's.
Sactown Sports coverage of the Oakland A's is brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the next generation network.
So I'm a public school teacher and I'm on my feet all day long. That would be on concrete. The pain would like shoot up my heels and just increased from the bottom of my feet up. Then my back started hurting. So my husband and I were driving and I went, oh, look, there's a Good Feet store. I'm greeted by this gal named Mercy. That was a perfect name for her. And the cool thing about the Good Feet store is that you're able to try before you buy. I had free fittings. She was able to fit me with special arch supports. And so I walked around in the store. Within 30 minutes, I started sobbing because I had no pain. Well, if your feet are hurting, do something about it. You don't have to grin and bear it. You need to go to the Good Feet store and get some arch supports. I'm Deidre, and that's my Good Feet story.
See how they work for you with a free fitting and test walk at the Good Feet store.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know? It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
On Sactown Sports.
fact, that's my call. Welcome back, Dave, Jay, and Nate. 1-800-920-1140. You can text us at 916-339-1140. Boston and Miami tonight. It is 100% for real this time.
Do the Celtics know this?
Isn't really right now the only relevant storyline for Boston is will they avoid being swept?
Yeah, right now. Marcus Smart said don't let them get one.
I heard something or read something yesterday that I thought was quite interesting when talking about Joe Mazzulla, the coach of the Celtics, and how much flack he's getting, which I absolutely love. I don't know if you saw in Game 3 when Joe Mazzulla completely collapsed in the fourth, missing all those shots.
Yeah.
We'll get to that later.
Yeah. It's quite the crazy scene.
But a lot of it was, and there's a report out today, I forget whose name was, it Windhorst, or it was somebody important enough to say it, that said, report, Celtics never recovered from the Ime Udoka firing, and his hiring in Houston messed with a lot of people. I was like, wait, what? Well, then you're just weak. You're just mentally weak. It's like what we talked about. When Joe Mazzulla said, I didn't have these guys in the right mental state to play, that's on the players. That's not the coach. Is the whipped cream and cherry. He's not the split or the banana. That's not the way it works, or it should work. Like, did Phil Jackson have Michael Jordan in the right frame of mind? Did he have Kobe? Was Tim Duncan in the right frame of mind?
It's starting to sound like you may be saying Joe Mazzulla's a scapegoat.
Joe Mazzulla is 100% a scapegoat. And the take I saw yesterday that I thought was quite interesting was Joe Mazzulla ain't going anywhere because Brad Stevens hired him. Brad Stevens has groomed him. Brad Stevens stuck him on Ime Udoka's staff. Brad Stevens extended him. There's no way he's going to be disloyal to Joe Mazzulla and buck the pressure. However, this person was pontificating that the loss of Ime Udoka and replacement with Joe Mazzulla, that's not the problem. The problem was losing Will Hardy.
Well, and I also want to point out, lost Damon Stoudemire
That's
in
right.
the middle of the year.
Yes.
Coincidentally, they started going downhill.
Yes, they did. And sometimes we forget that the front and back of the bench are just as important in many cases, and sometimes more important than the coaches themselves.
Mike Brown.
Ask Mike Brown with Jordy Fernandez and the rest of that staff. Hell, go back to Phil Jackson. Ask how Phil would have done without Tex Winter.
He wouldn't have done
No,
it.
he wouldn't have done. And he'll be the first to tell you that. Doesn't mean coaches can't do it, but they need help. So if anything, Brad Stevens in the offseason, especially should the year, the game or series go how we think it's going to go and Boston gets tossed, a lot of that focus is going to be on finding better front of the bench guys to support Joe Mazzulla. And then maybe next year he's on the hot seat. That's fine. He comes out. This really, no disrespect to him, but never should have been his job in the first place. He should still be assisting for Ime Udoka.
Yeah, outside of Joe Mazzulla, that entire staff from last year is gone. Of that team that went to the NBA Finals.
It does make you wonder, though. Does make you want? Well, you know what? Maybe, hold on. I could probably answer my own question. Are we clear on the timing of Will Hardy's departure and Ime Udoka's story? And what I'm getting at is, did they have an opportunity to put Will Hardy in the Joe Mazzulla position?
So.
Hardy went to the Jazz before,
think
correct?
Hardy went to the Jazz pretty quickly.
So what you're seeing here now, by the way, Miami tonight, and after winning the first 3 games of the series, including 2 at Boston. Remember, kids, Boston favored by 6 in game 1, 9 in game 2, 4.5 in game 3 in Miami. Loses all 3. Finally, Miami is favored by 1.5
points.
No teddy bears.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah, 1.5 points at home, being up 3-0 after winning the previous home game.
Is it Celtics fans making these odds? Like actual legitimate?
By 26. Yes, largely it is. And again, we say Vegas, but Vegas is all encompassing. What you've got here, all Vegas does is they try to get equal amounts of money on both sides. If too many people are, if more people are betting on Boston and they have too much exposure, you make Boston a tougher bet. In other words, you make Boston a bigger favorite. You keep going up and up and up. The only time Vegas and the odds makers really get involved is when they set the initial line. And then they look at the money coming in on both sides, and they got up to the second. Okay, we need to put this up, put this down, put this up, put this down, because they want to get an even number. Because that way, regardless of who wins the game, they're sweeping in money. That's why casinos are very shiny and new. The public is just, this is just an example of Celtic fan probably just trying to chase losses at this point.
Just got to get him back in the garden. Got to get him back in the garden. We get him back in the garden, the series is over.
And
That's all it takes.
I feel no sympathy for them.
If Smart has a big game tonight, watch out.
This would be the first time both conference champs swept their way to the finals in NBA history.
That's insane. That's an insane statistic.
I agree with you. The amount of juggernauts we've had in NBA history, it is kind of interesting.
Bet there's a ton of gentleman sweeps, though. Bet you there's a ton of 4-1s.
Yeah. But it has been really an up and down season for Jimmy Butler and the Heat. The story from the beginning, and remember, these guys came up just short last year, just short in the conference finals. The story from then to now, and by the way, you know, we've spent a whole segment on the Nuggets and talked about their consistency. Well, who's been more consistent? First off, Eric Spoelstra's been there longer than Michael Malone. In fact, double. They've had Jimmy Butler now for a few years. They drafted Bam Adebayo. Kyle Lowry's been there for a while now. They drafted Tyler Hero. They've stuck with Duncan Robinson, who's finally shown signs of life. Sacramento King Gabe Vincent is now playing.
Stockton King.
Yeah.
Vincent.
Major.
He had a hell of a game 3.
Yes, he did. And there's some that argue that Tyler Hero is actually this style of play that they're playing without Hero is a better style than one with him. And is there anything more consistent than Eric Spoelstra and Udonis Haslem?
Nope.
No.
Pat Riley. That's it. 3
players in NBA history have played as many years or more for the same team as Udonis Haslem. 2 others. You know them, correct?
2 players played more games in his NBA history?
Two players other than Udonis Haslem have played as many or more games for the same team in their careers.
Nowitzki and Kobe?
That is correct. That's the list. That's the whole list. So when you talk about consistency, it's kind of a lesson. You have these superstar super teams. You have stars and their agents pointing towards these giant markets to create these amazing squads. And Jimmy Butler's not homegrown, but here you go in Miami and Denver. It's tortoise versus hare, and tortoise is winning. And a lot of the smaller markets are noticing that, and they're already ahead of the game here. The bigger markets are always looking for shortcuts. Denver, Miami did not take one. We'll take a break. When we come back, what to watch in sports tonight. We have everything covered for you and more, and we've got some stories as well that we need to recap, including what Star Wars actor will be starting the Indianapolis 500. How's that for a tease? We'll be right back. SactownSports.com.
The Kings season might be over, but Sactown sports coverage never stops.
I feel like we grew a lot during this playoff series with our defense, and if we can sustain that during the year, that's going to help us a lot.
Stay tuned all off-season to Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com for the latest Kings news.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Mercedes-Benz of Stockton.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Tuesday forecast starts out nice and cool thanks in part to that Delta breeze. We'll head through the afternoon much cooler today under mainly sunny skies, planned for highs in the low 80s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Mercedes-Benz of Stockton welcomes you to our Memorial Sales event. Take the short drive to Stockton and see what the true Mercedes-Benz car buying experience is really about. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton welcomes you to explore the ownership experience you've been missing.
At Wells Fargo, if you accidentally overdraw your account, we give you an extra day grace period to avoid the overdraft fee. What if everything came with an extra day?
Sunday night and I have the Sunday scaries.
Honey, don't be scared. Every weekend comes with an extra day now.
All right. TGI Sunday.
It helps to have an extra day. When it comes to overdrafts, you can with Wells Fargo.
Visit wellsfargo.com/getextra to learn more. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to timing requirements and the bank's funds availability policy. Wells Fargo Bank N.A. member FDIC.
We see a lot of pollutants like trash, pet waste, cigarette butts, pesticides, and fluid leaks from vehicles on our highways and in our waterways. This isn't what we want. Clean waterways, clean creeks, now that is what we want. You can help change this to that by picking up after your pet, properly disposing of litter, and reducing pesticide use. All Californians can protect our waterways. Learn how at BeRiverFriendly.net.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. Spring officially here. And with the long, cold, and rainy winter behind us, I'm sure you're counting the days until summer, but don't wait until it's hot to make sure your air conditioner is working efficiently and, most importantly, safely. Get ahead of the problem with a $49 AC tune-up from American Energy Heat and Air. There's nothing worse than your air conditioner going out when it's hot outside. Get a tune-up today and make sure you and your family are comfortable and cool in your home for the hot summer months that are right around the corner. Give them a call, 916-520-9990, or schedule your appointment online at AmericanEnergyAir.com. Better Business Bureau, A+ rating. Serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. Easy, convenient payment options, same as cash, low monthly payments through financing partners. What do you need? 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Many driving ranges have turned to hitting mats, with many of them using mats year-round. But according to Golf Top 100 teacher Martin Chuck, hitting off mats can give you a false sense of security, giving you the impression that you're a decent ball striker. There are a couple of ways to make sure you get the most out of your practice, and he shares them in Golf Magazine. First, approach the ball with purpose. Treat every shot like you would on the course. Stand behind the ball and visualize what you want the ball to do. Then walk in and go through the same routine you use during a round on the golf course. Second, try the towel drill. To make certain you aren't skipping the club head into the ball, place the towel a few inches behind the ball and try not to hit the towel on the downswing. This will help promote ball first contact. If you disturb the towel, then you know you're hitting the ground too early. Ball first contact is imperative. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Get to Acura of Stockton, where precision-crafted performance is at your fingertips. Elevate your driving experience with a vehicle that's built to impress. Acura of Stockton has a great selection of new Acuras and customer service that will exceed your expectations. And right now, lease a new Acura TLX, MDX, or Integra with low lease rates available. Take luxury to a whole new level in a new Acura from Acura of Stockton. See all our inventory and specials at AcuraofStockton.com.
Guys, did you know that June is Men's Health Month? And right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T level is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your hormones are serious business, and most men start to see changes in their hormone levels starting in their 30s. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Get your T levels checked today by a local, experienced, and trusted healthcare professional. Revive Men's Health has successfully helped thousands of men since 2011. Experience and results matter. So, what are you waiting for? Call Revive today to schedule your free testosterone test and free exam. We know we can help you. We guarantee it. Celebrate Men's Health Month. Get your free T-level test and save $199. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Capital Casino back with indoor gaming and dining located inside at 411 North 16th Street, downtown Sacramento.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
I'm Nate Littlefield, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. The Denver Nuggets are heading to their first NBA Finals ever. Last night, they snuck out a Game 4 win against the Lakers, 113-111. Of course, you can't mention the Nuggets without mentioning LeBron James. He played a full 48 minutes, had 40 points, 9 assists, and 10 rebounds. Jokic put up an NBA playoff record 8th triple-double. The opponent of Denver could be decided tonight in Miami. The Heat take on Boston for Game 4. Miami currently leads the series 3-0 and are favored by a mere 1.5 points tonight. Tip-off is at 5:30 p.m. Those are the headlines. Let's get back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross and special guest host Jay Mars.
when it breaks.
We have it first.
It's Sactown Sports breaking news.
Well, the robust lady is not singing, but man, is she warming up her vocal cords. This just in. The A's and major state officials have reached an agreement for a public financing package significantly less than the $500 million the team originally sought to assist in relocating the franchise. This is according to the Nevada Independent. According to sources with knowledge of the discussions, the package that will be presented to lawmakers will be lower than the initial threshold of $195 million in transferable tax credits that the state set last week. And we'll see a similar reduction from the initial request of $200 million in bonds backed by Clark County. The agreement was reached after weeks of discussions involving reps from Major League Baseball, the governor's office, the treasurer, lawmakers, Clark County, amongst other groups. Now, it has not been presented to lawmakers yet. It's expected to formally arrive in the next few days. It has to be approved by the legislature before the session ends June 5th, or it could be vetted in a special legislative session. Now, again, these are both below the thresholds that had already been at least verbally put out there by the state and locals. The other thing they're going to have to do, this is a new wrinkle, but whatever. The proposed stadium's proximity to Harry Reid International Airport means the team will also require approval from the FAA before beginning construction. By law, the FAA has to have the opportunity to evaluate structures near airports to determine if they could pose a hazard to aircraft or interfere with navigation aids. But that is expected to happen. So again, the large lady has not sung, but if there's a total of 10 nails in the coffin that are needed to close it down, that's number 9.
Yeah.
That's the last. Now, again, only because it's the A's. Do we put an asterisk or a holdout hope in there? And we say this with absolutely zero. I mean, we're not there. It's a sad situation, and I would at this point, we're at the point now where you're betting houses that it's going to happen. They've got the site. Everything else is done. They have the approval of Major League Baseball. The relocation committee will also have to approve this, but that's expected to be a formality.
I don't think Major League Baseball would have gone this far with approvals if they didn't know that the committee was going to say okay.
And I think what we talked about earlier in the week, too, when we broached this subject is at this point, you have not just the A's, but Major League Baseball involved. They've already waived the relocation fee. And at some point in there's probably some sort of, whether it was John Fisher giving or probably more than likely baseball giving and saying, this is enough. We have to stop this. This is a joke. This team is a joke. This is bad for baseball. We're all taking PR hits. And ultimately, this is a drop in the bucket. They have to worry about precedent. They have to worry about what other owners are going to say down the road when they want something. And look what you did for the A's. But the A's are also a semi-unique situation. For example, the Rays, their owner's willing to sell. They're up for sale right now, and they have several willing buyers. That's not the same thing as an owner who is entrenched himself in so far, has shown no signs of movement whatsoever, other than literal movement, which is to Las Vegas. So that's all but going to kill any hopes that the A's remain in Oakland. And honestly, I hate that they're leaving, Jay, but if they were going to leave, I'm glad that A's fans can soon officially just be out of their misery when it comes to this back and forth crap.
It's one of the more egregious moves, I think, in any of the 4 sports, counting hockey. Hockey's had a lot of relocation. It's just, and I said this from the beginning, the way it seems that MLB is working in concert with the A's. After just 4 years ago, remember, 2019, Rob Manfred steps up. Oakland deserves this. Oakland deserves a good team and a world-class stadium, X, Y, and Z, yada, yada, yada. To do a complete 180 when they were as close as ever in Oakland to getting a deal done, I just read this simply as, we think Las Vegas is a better market than Oakland.
Yeah.
We still want our opportunity to expand into 2 other markets. Hey, let's just get this done. Let's push Oakland to Vegas. And I think MLB is just as culpable as John Fisher.
Oh, I 100% agree with you. I think from baseball's point of view, let's not discount the effect the Giants have had on this.
Of course.
As a lifelong Giants fan, I am none too happy with what the Giants have big brothered their way into this whole thing, screwing them out of San Jose rights. And Lord knows what their dingbat owner has been doing behind the scenes to help screw the A's and A's fans. And I think from Vegas's point of view, they take a situation in Oakland that is a national joke, old, broken down, beaten up stadium, a market that, by the way, huge misconceptions. It's always been there that Oakland is some sort of small market. Oakland's a top 10 market. The San Francisco, Oakland Bay Area.
It's a combined
market. It's a combined market that is top 10. Oakland is one of the biggest markets in the country. They just so happen to have the Giants, and they're completely squeezed. So now you go to Vegas, you have a smaller ballpark that they assume is going to be close to, or if not capacity most nights, because you have, instead of, much larger capacity, you now have a realistic one. You have all the money with the casinos. You're going to have this shiny new dome. And then
retractable roof.
Yeah. And so they're good. And you won't have a team, you would think, in Oakland that absolutely stinks. Now, it would also surprise me if John Fisher doesn't sell this team within the next 4 to 5 years.
I think that's very much on the table.
I think that's what he wants to ultimately do. And I don't discount this as a business decision, but selling the team now compared to selling the team after it moves and a brand new retractable roof is built, well, he's going to get that team valuation is probably going to double in the next 5 years. And that's billions with a B. Billion with a B.
And you know what will end up happening? He'll sell the team to somebody who's going to invest money into the product, and the A's will finally have a, competitive roster. And again, it just sucks for Oakland sports fan.
What I wonder is what A's fans do, because we asked the same thing of the Raider fans, and most Raider fans were like, screw it. We'll fly into Vegas. It's the
Raider fans a different type, though. They really are their own unique
But part of it is the nomadic nature of the Raiders, and then Oakland to LA to Oakland, back and forth. And it's more about the brand.
Yeah.
Now, the A's, you could argue, are actually more nomadic. The A's have moved quite a bit over the year. I'm talking about over the years,
right.
But generationally,
but they've been in Oakland for how long?
A long, long time.
Okay. And that's just it. I mean, I think the A's fans are speaking currently. I think they're so disgusted by what's happened. Hell, this is way before relocation. And just the penny pinching nature. I mean, this is a team at its peak when it was competing for World Series at the highest payroll in baseball.
I wonder what are A's fans just going to be permanent orphans? Are they done with baseball? I can't imagine they're going to become Giants fans.
I feel like that's I feel like that's a much better possibility than the idea of either finding another team or following the A's to Vegas.
I don't see the following the A's to Vegas.
I don't either. And so, like you said, and make no mistake about it, it's not like A's fan is a also closet Giants fan. You know what I mean?
Here's one A's fan. I'm bailing on them if they leave, Dave. Raiders were pushed out by Fisher himself, plus one game a week on a Sunday is different than a game every day by an owner that screwed us for years. It's a great point. We'll take a break. When we come back, celebrity birthdays brought to you by Crumble Cookies. What is today's National Day of the Week? And we should see Jason Ross and Chris Watkins, and maybe we can get Jason Ross's streaker for baseball as well. We'll do all that next.
It's Kettles and Rami.
Their second pick was already traded, and the pick that went yesterday to Orlando, that was only protected in the Vucevic trade where they sent that one to Orlando.
That is a bad
That was only protected. You don't have to tell me that, Kyle. You didn't have to rub the salt in the wound. I know that. It also cost them Wendell Carter Jr. and Franz Wagner. And now they are just out of the draft altogether.
What does the Bulls do, man?
I don't know.
Kettles and Rami, weekday afternoons from 2 to 6 on Sactown Sports.
Are you tired of sky-high energy bills? Well, ACR Solar and Home Services can help you out. With over 40 years of experience, ACR Solar and Home Services is the name you can trust for all of your solar needs. Now, what makes them stand out? Well, they handle everything in-house, so you don't have to deal with any third-party contractors. And they don't just offer a one-size-fits-all solution. ACR Solar and Home Services customizes every solar system to meet your unique needs, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner. But that's not all. ACR Solar and Home Services also offers additional services like roofing, battery backup, and pool solar. So they truly are your one-stop shop for all things solar. Don't wait any longer to take control of your energy bills. Contact ACR Solar and Home Services today and start saving big with solar power. Believe me, you won't regret it. So go to acrsolar.com to find out more.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. The IRS just rolled out a new program to help struggling taxpayers more easily resolve their tax problems. It's called the Taxpayer Relief Initiative, and it opens up powerful new options for people looking to get back on the right track with the IRS. And no one knows this program like the professionals at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution company. They've resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients and have the expertise and experience to help you. One easy call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries of wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Make today the beginning of your fresh start with the IRS. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief now for your free confidential consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Bartley Cavanaugh Golf Course is Sacramento's #1 course for fun. Players love Bartley Cavanaugh's fun design and great mixture of holes. Near the banks of the Sacramento River, Bartley Cavanaugh's moderately sized greens and generous fairway landing areas make for an affordable and fun round of golf. Bartley Cavanaugh offers a great pro shop, help planning your tournament or wedding, and a relaxing outdoor veranda for a cold beverage or a tasty meal. For tee times, visit BartleyCavanaugh.com. It's Sacramento's #1 course for fun.
Finding great people to hire can be like trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Their powerful matching technology delivers so many qualified candidates. It's like finding a needle in a needle stack. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. For less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Nick Cattles reminding you that not all grills are created equal. Start your grilling season right with the amazing Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers from Green Acres Nursery and Supply. My Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grill, it's turning me into a pro. Just ask my friends that came over a couple weeks ago for my get-together. Napoleon Grills features other grills that just can't match. Built different, built better, built to last. I may never want to cook indoors again. All made with premium steel that boasts absolute quality. Go to Napoleon.com for your nearby Napoleon Grills dealer. Napoleon Grills, now is the time for the best selection of grills and fine accessories.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. No. Here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
First time all day, the voice guy hasn't been a liar. It is Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Hi.
Jason Ross, I can't even, when was the last time you heard? It's been forever since you were doing the show 6 to 10.
A week ago Friday?
Yeah, like, that's a long time.
Forever ago.
Forever.
Yeah.
Is there something you need to tell us? Are you disenfranchised with this show?
Not at all.
We can work it out.
Not at all.
You'll be back Monday.
With
Tuesday. Oh, that's right.
No, me and Chris on Monday.
Oh, yeah, we do have Monday.
We have a show on Monday, 9 to 12.
Yeah, tune in.
On Memorial Day?
On Memorial Day. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You need to hide that a little bit.
I forgot we're doing that.
That's
a lot better.
It'll be a great show.
It will be. 3 hours of goodness, 9 to 12.
Yes. I'm laughing. Not at you guys. I'm just, because all of a sudden now I know what I'm doing Monday 9 to noon. I was worried about that. I'm tuning in.
Hey, speaking of tuning in, did you want to play Let's Go Streaking this week?
I do.
Are you still?
I'm a little sour at Glaber.
Yeah.
Glaber. Yeah.
I can't pick Miguel Cabrera, can I?
You can.
Why can't you?
I don't know.
I
Can you
picked
do
him.
that?
Yeah, but you can pick him.
Okay.
You want Mickey?
No.
Oh.
No. Glaber.
It's a new streak, so I'll start Aaron Judge.
That's probably smart.
Yeah.
Why do I smoke? Do I smoke cough drop?
Yeah.
You?
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah. No. I do that a lot.
You know what you do, huh? That's like a voice thing, right?
Yeah. It's a cleanser.
Okay.
It's professional.
How are you, Chris Watkins?
Pretty good.
What's new?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Allergies.
Yeah,
allergies got me.
How about we
last
catch
night.
up on Succession, maybe?
Yeah, thank you.
Live on air.
Can we do that,
Yeah,
please?
I know. I need to. I'm sorry.
Yeah, can the next hour be just the Succession?
No.
Well, I feel like it's also one of those things with like, I can't realistically continue to expect people to not talk about it with a finale. There's like a finale coming up next week.
2 to 3 day moratorium, I think is fair. But by tomorrow,
on a show like Succession,
I acknowledge
that's
it.
a day to me.
When is it? Sunday?
It's Sundays. Yeah.
Sunday's a series finale.
Series finale, Jason.
Yeah, I just want to get the finale. I just want to get caught up.
Just work your way back.
Yeah.
Have you started Ted Lasso?
No,
I haven't either.
Me of all people.
Have you not watched any of it?
No.
Oh man,
I believe.
Yeah,
you can burn through it though. Quick.
I haven't started season 3 yet. That's next on the list. Today is National Lucky Penny Day.
Is it getting in the way of West Wing reruns?
That's my go-to. And I was actually West Wing rerunning last week too, but started in like season 2. It's a good. I recommend it to everybody. Huh? Okay. National Lucky Penny Day.
Yeah. You ever picked up a penny that's been lucky?
No, it's supposed to be tails.
Because
right?
gross.
Lucky? No.
Like what?
Are pennies going to be obsolete?
That's
I
what
feel
I
like they're getting there already.
I don't know how
much physical money is going to be obsolete.
I don't know how much money we spend on pennies, like printing them, but whatever they do to make a penny. But like, what the penny has no use.
Isn't there something honestly with like I don't know what year before they were changed the way the pennies were, but like when they were really copper, aren't they worth something?
Yeah, and now I think they're like mostly zinc with like a copper cover.
Yeah, they whiten your teeth though. Huh? They whiten your teeth.
Yeah, chew on them, no problem. I don't know. I don't get pennies. What literally
penny guy?
What the only use I have for pennies is flipping them at people. You ever
the last time you did that?
Probably my little sister, like when we were kids.
Okay.
And I got good at it too. You ever set up some Dixie cups? Just
a lot to do in the 60s, was there?
60s are a rough time. Pennies from heaven.
Also, finally, today is National Taffy Day. Taffy.
I'm out.
Whatever.
You go to Monterey, see the taffy machine and Cannery Road.
If there's a bowl of candy on this table, it's like taffy's left last.
Isn't it though? I agree with you.
Also, if you put out a bowl of candy that's only taffy, you're probably not going to heaven.
Yeah. They're also probably 80.
Yeah, right. It's like right next to the Werther's Originals.
Hey, I like Werther's Originals.
I don't mind them either.
I do too.
Just taffy's taffy's kind of an annoying candy.
Yeah.
It's like Milk Duds. You're just chewing them forever. It's like I'm done with you now. And then 2 hours later,
feels very like World War II.
Thank you. Although we have nothing to base that on.
Era,
I imagine
like,
so.
I was going to say my grandparents are right around. Yeah, they always had that stuff. So
Chris Watkins. It
taffy.
feels very warm.
No. Just we should have left it. Should have left it in the World War II.
Michael Block gained nearly 150,000 Instagram followers during the PGA Championship. Safe to say his life's changed over the last week.
I would say so. Playing this week.
He has to charge more now, right? For lessons.
I would hope so.
Like at least triple.
I hope he never teaches another lesson again. I hope he wins the tournament.
What if that's his passion?
I would definitely teach now.
I hope
That's where you're going to get all your
What
money.
if that's his passion?
What, teaching?
Yeah.
No, I promise you that's not his passion over winning hundreds of thousands of dollars at a golf tournament each week.
But did he peak last week?
Yeah,
Feels
probably.
like it.
Yeah.
Probably did. Nikola Jokic in the Western Conference Finals, 27.8 points, 14.5 boards, 11.8 assists.
It's a triple-double.
1.3 steals, 1.3 boards on splits of 51, 47, and 78. He is the first player in NBA history to average 20, 10, and 10 in a conference finals. That actually blows my mind a little bit. All the conference finals we've had nobody who's averaged 28, 10, and 10.
Wait till De'Aaron gets there.
Hello. Steph Curry is the latest to enter the premium alcohol space, launching an $80 branded bottle with Gentleman's Cut Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey.
Okay.
I could not be more out.
I was just going to say, I know you're a bourbon guy.
Yeah, not a Steph Curry guy.
You won't. What if someone gave it to you?
What if it was okay? Just so
What
you
if it
know,
had taffy in it?
right? Steph Curry taffy bourbon. The whiskey is aged 5 to 7 years and charred in new white oak barrels.
I mean, it sounds correct.
Sure. $80 is expensive.
That is a
That's
lot.
like very expensive.
Woodford's what, like less than $30?
Yeah,
right around 30.
Yeah, 30.
Bullet. Right
But even
around
if you
the
get
same.
like the double reserved Woodfords, like in the late
The double
40s.
oaked?
Yeah.
That's my wife's favorite. And it's, you're getting
really
closer
good.
to 40, 50 bucks. Any of you guys ever
$80,
try,
man.
you and I are here like, we're not. Any of you guys ever try Pappy Van Winkle? That's the one everybody talks about.
That's like my bucket list bourbon
Yeah.
to drink. And no,
it sounds like it's $1.
I want.
Well, Pappy Van Winkle's like the most
terrible.
sought after.
Yeah,
bourbon.
because somebody stole a bunch of it once upon a time, and there's a limited supply. It's like aged for like 30 years or something crazy.
It's supposed to be ridiculous.
World War II.
Talk to
World War
Ornelas.
My dream is to be with some buddies because I got some bourbon buddies that love bourbon, and somebody bust out a Pappy Van Winkle, and I'll take we all have the glasses, and then I pull out like a Diet Coke and mix it with it.
Do they
just watch them all stare at me with murderous looks in their eyes?
I don't think they will stare.
Mm-mm.
I believe Pappy Van Winkle will be broken over someone's skull.
2 months ago, these are the teams
Rightfully so.
that had more bets on them to win the Eastern Conference than the Miami Heat. 2 months ago. The Cavs, Sixers, Celtics, Bucks, Nets, Knicks, Raptors, Bulls, and Pistons.
Pistons. Well, I guess that's a worthwhile bet because if it happened, you wouldn't.
Yeah. That's that. That's all I got. Celebrity birthday time. Here's Nate Littlefield.
Buck Showalter.
Oh, going straight into it.
Yeah. Buck Showalter. That's what I say.
Still
I say
managing.
Showalter.
Isn't that great? He's still managing. Like he's been around for, I feel like 80 years.
Is he the Orioles, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's always.
No, Mets. He did manage the Orioles.
Oh, that's right. Then went to that. Well, okay. That's a little underachieving right now. I'm going to say Buck is 72.
Oh, 71.
74.
Oh.
I would say
that was
like
the number in my
he
head.
looks old. I'm gonna say like 77.
Wow.
He looks up there.
67.
Oh yeah, no, he does not look good.
It's an old.
Buck Showalter to me is
Yeah.
like he's like Barry Melrose for me because when I first saw Buck Showalter, he was on ESPN like doing things, and I was like, oh, he's like that's his thing. Is he's like the ex-coach who's on here or ex-manager who's on here and whatever, and then he actually started managing, and I was
three
like,
more
oh,
times.
this is probably not a good idea.
You guys ever watch Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yes.
Sure.
Have you guys ever seen the uncensored version
No.
on YouTube? Look that up if you guys want to have just a real good gut laugh. It's
Buck
very
Showalter,
funny.
right?
It's, yeah,
Buck
the
Showalter's
reason I
on his-
ask is because it's Drew Carey's birthday today.
Oh, Price is Right.
I would
Jerry.
highly recommend checking that out, though.
Mariah's brother,
Hey now.
Drew, is. Why don't I always go first? Chris Watkins.
Drew
That's a
Carey
disadvantage.
is, we'll say, 57.
I think Drewbert is 62.
I was going to say 61. I'll stick with 61.
I think he's a little older. I'm going to hit him right. I think it's a 65.
Jason Ross, you're the smartest man on the planet. 65.
Wow. Drew Carey, expert Jason Ross.
Yeah.
By the way, whose line is it anyways?
Great.
It's one of the most amazing
Love
things
It's
you'll
so
ever see.
those people are so
I
talented.
don't like we do the ad lib here, and I always think about those guys and how they do. Like, wow, this is like pickup at the junior high versus the NBA. Like, I just their
Chemistry,
creativity is insane.
Yeah. Another game show. Ken Jennings, the host of Jeopardy.
Jeopardy.
Hey,
Jeopardy.
does Blossom still host?
No,
Yeah,
he
but
does.
she's on strike right now.
Ken Jennings does.
No, I know
No, they
that.
both do.
Yeah, we watch it every night. I haven't seen her in a while. Does she
She's
do,
on
like the special ones or something?
She's striking with the writers.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Oh, Ken Jennings.
I would also like to strike with the writers.
Same.
Yeah.
I know that's why my sister.
They keep getting pizza delivered to
No,
them.
my sister's been here for like 3 weeks. It's like the writer's strike sucks, but it's great because she can't do anything.
Anyone sending her pizza?
She's no, I think she's sending pizzas. But let me tell you something. This writer's strike right now is going to suck in September because remember last time there was a writer's strike?
Why do you care? You'll be watching West Wing reruns.
That's a great point.
I'll finally be on Ted Lasso.
That's a great point
King's
too.
preseason will be on.
Yeah,
Ken Jennings is. I'll say Ken Jennings is 53.
47.
I'll say 49.
And I think it's a big one. It's 50.
Watkins on the dot.
Oh,
49.
Wow.
Nice.
Big Geo
Great
party.
guess.
I got to get back into this game.
Yeah, you do.
The next one, do you guys know who Ryan Coogler is?
Yes.
Backstage Ryan Coogler.
Directed
Stingers
Creed.
up.
Hello.
Called his football
Yeah.
games.
He played football at Sac State?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Well, welcome to
Jason
the
just-
world.
Jason's
lying to
look
me.
right
By the
now.
way, speaking of,
Jason's
you know,
lying to me.
I'll give Nate.
not.
I'll give Nate credit here. He may not have known that, but he let us know earlier today.
Come on.
No, it's
Come
just a true
on.
story. He let
This
Jay,
is great.
he
Come
let
on.
Jay and I both know. He said, "Did you know that Nikola Jokic was drafted during a Taco Bell commercial?"
What?
Right? Wow.
What?
It was
No way.
crazy. And then he followed that up with, did you know that Eddie Vedder sings for Pearl Jam? It was
You love Seattle so much, Dave.
Whoa. I'm having a
Remix.
Okay.
Sorry, I was having a stroke.
Ryan Coogler is 38.
That's a good guess. I'm going to say it's a big 4-0 for Ryan today.
Jason has an unfair advantage.
He
Can do
does.
the math. I can see him doing the math over there.
You better get it.
What position did he play?
Wide receiver.
I'll say he's. I'll say 41. You said 39. Yeah. I'll say 41.
38.
Jason wins, 37.
But does he?
Oh, he's disappointed.
He missed it.
himself.
Yeah, he should be.
We got 20 seconds.
Better Sacramento skill position player that played at a lower level, Ryan Coogler or John David Washington?
LeVar Burton.
Ooh.
LeVar Burton play. What? All right, on that
No,
note,
say JDW.
Football love LeVar Burton.
Jason Ross and Chris Watkins have so much coming up. I can't even list it. It's going to be so amazing. For Jay Mars, for Nate Littlefield, I'm Carmichael Dave. We'll see you tomorrow.
Sacramento legend.
Bye-bye now.
The 49ers 2023 schedule is out and filled with big matchups.
The 49ers start the season with a Week 1 showdown in Pittsburgh.
At home in Week